successful interview outcomes, and introduction to the advanced incident investigation techniques. So these are the some of the things which we have to cover. Group discussion. Okay, now in group discussion, take your time. So this course is more about interactive course basically. So there will be questions, you will be discussing yourself, or you can write down your points and you can tell. Think about the impact and injury and a time off work would have on you, your colleague, your work activities and family. Note down what could be affected your incapacity. So what can happen in case of accidents, injuries, time off? So that is the question they are asking. Can you just think over this, and can anybody tell what can be the answer for this one? Please.
Yes, sir. Accident impact the moral and financial impact on the society and on the workplace employees also. It's lead the financial losses and also moral loss also, and there is a legal penalties are like legal
Okay.
authority can take the actions against the
Okay.
if any okay, yes.
Okay. So if there is an accident, yes, it can take action. Authorities can suspend you, fine you, or give stop order notice. These are the things. Apart from them, obviously your image of the company is spoiled. Okay, that can affect your things. Like I can give you three example basically. One is in UAE, Dubai. So there was a fire in Address Hotel. Everybody knows about the Address Hotel fire. Address Hotel. There was a big fire in Address Hotel. Anybody recollects that thing?
No, sir. No, sir.
Okay, there was a fire near the Burj Khalifa. There was a one hotel, Address Hotel. Like 5, 6 years before, there was a fire. And as a result, the Address Hotel was closed for more than 2 years for investigation and all those things. So, see, that event took place long time back, but still we can recollect. Yeah. So it is near to the previously QHSE was near to that one, that same Address Hotel, where we can see from our Harsha. Do you remember or no, Harsha?
I remember.
Okay. Why didn't you speak then? Okay, Harsha. Okay, interact, Harsha. Okay. So what it is that whenever there is an accident, you know, there gets the name of the company gets affected. So the Address Hotel, there was a big fire, and then 2 years it was closed down for investigation. So you can think about the impact which is happening to the company. So 2 years without work, how they can pay the salaries, how the company will run. So this is one incident. Second incident happened in Saudi. You heard about this train, the tower crane collapse. More than 100 people died in that accident. Medina, I think, yeah. Anybody heard about that? Safety professionals? Anybody heard about
Yes,
this?
sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We have.
No, I didn't heard about it.
Makkah, yes, very good. Makkah. So more than 100 people died. Who was the contractor for that company? Yes. So Bin Laden Group of Construction was the company who was doing this one, and the tower crane fall down. As a result, more than 100 people died in that accident, and obviously it was banned and all those things. Company reputation got spoiled. Work got stoppage. No new work. Blacklisted. So these are the impacts of the accidents which happens. So whenever there is an accident, it impacts both company as well as the worker. Okay. We'll see a short video how the accident impacts. I will show you one video. It's a very nice video. Your family needs. Just 1 minute. Just give 1 minute. It's uploading. Just 1 minute, please. Can you see the video?
We can see it, sir.
Yes.
快啲 call 白車啦！ Dạ qua喺呢度啦，呢份只係定食屋嘅菜單嚟啫喎，想買嚟就得啦。咖喱飯、炒飯、冬麵得炒肉。啊，賣魚啊！我嘅集中力好似唔夠好喎。今日做咩成日心喐喐，想食啲味道濃啲嘅嘢咧？啊，你睇下西餐廳啊！咪就係喺車站後邊嗰間咯。巴師奶，我哋想食呢個記死魚啊！揀包飯就唔使特登叫外賣啦，揀包飯自己整得啦，食幾多都有啊！我自己今日想食啲你聽啊，你都想食㗎？你老豆都想食㗎？食壽司啊，食壽司啊！我本來都唔係想食壽司嘅。
Okay, your family needs you. No? So, in accident, what happens? The person who is injured is more affected. Yeah. The family is affected. Yeah. So that is the importance of why we need to be do safety. Think about the workers working under you, operators working. At the end of the day, they have to go safely to their family because somebody is waiting for them. Yeah. Obviously, the other reasons can be for the company like image, money, and all those things. But the end of the day, if a person is injured or dead, we can't replace him. That's the biggest question. We have spare parts for cars, for equipments, but we don't have a spare parts for the human being. So if something happens, then we can't replace. So that is the thing. Yeah. Okay, let us go forward now. So we have done that thing, exercise. Now we are talking about type of injuries. What are the different types of injuries we are talking about? Type of injuries can be major injuries like head traumas, resulting injury from falls, from height, broken bones, including bones that are chipped or fractured, full dislocation of joints such as hip, shoulder, knee, spine or elbow, and blunt or penetrating trauma. So these are the injuries, type of injuries, yeah? So head traumas, resulting injuries from fall from the height, broken bones, including bones that are chipped off or fractured, full dislocation of joints such as hip, shoulder, knee, or elbow, and blunt or penetrating trauma. So major injuries we are talking about. Then minor injuries like cuts, skin or eye irritations, persistent cough, burns that do not require skin, grafting and surgery, strain, ligament damage, whiplash type of injuries, and partial dislocation of joints. So cuts, minor cuts, like which is first aid, skin or eye irritations, especially people who are working in constructions, exposed to cement and all those things, chemicals, persistent cough, burns that do not require skin grafting and surgery, strain and strain of ligament damage, whiplash type injury, and partial dislocation or joints. Okay, then what? Near miss. Okay, this is also one of the near miss, example of near miss, where no injury or harm was caused, including tripping over the trailing cables, falling down a steps, unattended ladder slipping down a wall due to lack of securing, and falling over the uneven ground. So near miss is the initial indicator, So all the near miss, we have to do the like significant. I will again emphasize significant near miss should be properly investigated and root cause should be analyzed. What was the cause of it? And we have to put a proper corrective and corrections. corrective actions so that it is not repeated in the site. So if you can control the near miss, you have seen the pyramid in your NEBOSH also, that if you control the near miss, the major accidents will be avoided. Okay. Now we will see one video. In that video, you have to analyze what are the near misses in that video. It's a very interesting video. Let us see that one. And the exercise is, what is the exercise? You will see the video and identify how many near miss occurred in that video. That is the exercise. Okay, let us see the video. Just make a note while you are seeing that video. Okay, so let us see the near miss video. 1 minute, please. You can see the video. Hello, you can see the video.
Yes.
Voice is proper, right?
Come on.
So you have to tell how many number of near miss occurred in this video actually.
Mate, this fence looking a bit dodgy. I think you need to fix it. Don't worry about it. I'll sort it out later. That fence looked dodgy. You should have sorted it out. Get that in quick.
Okay, so 1 minute. I'm just holding this one. Okay, now as per the video, can anybody tell me how many near miss it was there? Just tell the numbers. 5. Okay, any other person? Noted.
sir.
Anywhere?
3.
3. Okay. What about others? Any answers? Harsha? What is your?
Yeah, I
what
said
is-
3.
You said 3. What about others? Any answers? Okay. Okay, let us see. Now you see the video again. Okay, now you will get the answer. Okay.
Come on. Sir, this fence looking a bit dodgy. I think you need to fix it. Don't worry about it. I'll sort it out later.
It only takes a minute to report a near miss. If we know about it, we can do something about it. You too could prevent an accident like this.
Okay, so the moral of the story is that whenever there is a
I
near
did
miss,
not understand. I did not understand second near miss and eighth near miss.
which one?
Second near miss and eighth near miss.
What it was actually. See, near miss, Harsha, you are talking, right, Harsha?
Yes.
Harsha, see, near miss is something which has potential to cause you something harm, actually. Yeah. So basically, there was a set of event which led to this incident, and in each event, they didn't responded to that one. They could have stopped, they could have rerouted, or they could have good signages, or the foreman could have intervened. Foreman also didn't intervene. He kept quiet. He was seeing that the things were not going, but still he didn't react to the situation. He knew that it was wrong, but still he continued. See, here the foreman is in charge, foreman or supervisor is the in charge for this activity. So basically, near miss is something which is potential to cause you harm, but it didn't occur. But it is a starting phase of a major accident. So what you are telling, the moral of this video is that if any major accident, there will be something called signs. And that sign is nothing but a near miss. Like, for example, we have a fever. Before fever, we will have, like example, we will have cold or cough or sneezing. But if you don't take medicine, what will happen? It will increase and increase, and then there is a chances of fever. So basically, cough, the initial symptoms is basically a near miss. And for significant near miss, we have to do the root cause, why it happened, and what are the corrective action, so that it will not lead to a major accident. That is basically the moral of the video, actually, to make you understand the near miss should not be neglected or avoided. Like most of the time in the sites we observe, near miss are not investigated. What is the cause of near miss? Why it happened? So people tend
Sir,
to hello, yeah,
how we can differentiate the near miss and hazards? Like near miss is the cause of due to hazards, or how we can differentiate?
has
Near
no,
miss is the event, and hazard is anything which have potential to cause harm.
yes, the answer you have given it now, right? So hazard can be anything. It can be chemical hazard, it can be environmental, it can be biological. Yeah, we have 6 category of hazards, right? So yes, so near miss is an event, actually, if you can tell, or incident basically, which has happened and which has not resulted to any damage or injury in the workplace, but had a potential for it. That is what it is all about, the near misses. Yeah. What I was telling is that whenever we are doing audit also, the first thing what I do during the audit is to find out the number of near misses in that project, basically. Yeah, like I think couple of years back, I went to one of the audits, and the first thing I asked is, what is the near miss incident in that project? And that project was around, I think 3 podium plus ground floor plus 30 plus we had the this construction project. And can you imagine how many number of near miss was there? And the project was I think it was 80% completed, 80 to 85% completed. Finishing activity was going on, and I was doing the audit for ISO 45,000, and I asked them to show me the near miss report for them. Can you guess how many near miss they could have shown me? Any guess? And that company was a very big company.
One.
Yeah, you are near actually. The near miss was 2 near miss they showed. 2 near miss. And out of that I think three, sorry, 3 near miss, sorry. 3 near miss they showed me. And out of that, 2 near miss was at night time and 1 near miss at daytime. And daytime strength,
Probably they made that report on that day while you were arriving there.
maybe. So why I'm telling you this is, and then I wrote a like observation for that near miss report, that identification of near miss is not reported properly in that work project, because near miss is a base of any accident, because then we can know the trend, what is going on, which type of incident is happening in your project, and based on that we can put a corrective action. Okay, I've given you the one site example also. So near miss is very important. Okay, dangerous occurrence. So dangerous occurrence is also a type of actually a near miss, but it has a potential to cause a great impact, like a gas leak at a night time. But there was no people during that shift. So if some people were there, potential was very high. The fatality rate, or it could have done more damage. Yeah. So dangerous occurrence under UK legislation include a collapse or partial collapse of scaffold or 5 meter tall, an overturn of any load bearing part of lifting equipment, contact with overhead power lines, fire or explosion that closes a premises for more than 24 hours, accidental release of flammable substance of certain quantities, property damage not usually reportable under legislation, and details should still be recorded. So some of the criteria as per the UK law, basically. Yeah. Why we need to investigate the incident? So what do you think? Why we need to do the investigation? Any reason? Anybody?
To
Why we
find the
need?
contributing factors of the accident, and yeah, to
Very good.
yeah, to identify the preventing actions.
Very good. So prevent it in
Find the root cause of the incident.
Very good. To find out the root cause so that we can put a proper corrective action. Okay. So the primary. Okay. Fire or explosion that closes a premises for more than 24 hours. So there is a fire related incident which resulted, fire or explosion, which resulted in close of premises, means working area, for more than 24 hours. Okay, so why we do to investigation? So we have just discussed about it. The primary reason is to prevent reoccurrence. If incident is reportable, we need to ensure relevant information is gathered and passed on to the relevant regulatory authority. So you know that major incidents we have to report to the authorities. So in UAE, like for example, in Dubai, we have, so Dubai is a location where there are multiple municipalities. That is something unique about Dubai. So we have Dubai South, we have DDA, we have Truckies. So different authorities are there in working, yeah, and they have a little bit of guidelines actually. So anything happen in their jurisdiction, major things, we have to report them either through phone if they have a landline number, or through mail. So they have their emergency mail ID where we have to notify them in case of major events. Yeah. Okay. Now, legal, moral, financial argument for investigation. So legal. So this we have learned in our NEBOSH section, why we need to do safety. So we have moral, legal, and financial implication, right? So legal means what? Anything happens, like for example, midday break. So there is a legal requirement that everybody has to follow the midday break regulations. So 15 June to 15 September. So now it is coming to end, right? Within 15 days, your midday break is going to finish. So this is a legal requirement that every contractor who is working in this geographical area, they have to follow the legal requirement. All the workers working in the work area should have a legal visa to work. So that is also a legal requirement. All should have this insurance, so that in case of accidents, it should be covering all those things. Moral responsibilities, like for example, all people who are working, see, moral responsibility is meaning what? Like anybody entering, working in your company, the employer needs to provide them with the some things. What are the things they have to provide? See, to provide them with the safe working place, to provide them with the training, to provide them with the safe working procedures, trainings, all those things. We have safe equipments. So these are the moral responsibility of the employers to provide them to the employees. Financial means any accident will have a financial implication to the company, direct or indirect. So direct cost can be the medical expenses which has occurred for the rehabilitation of the workers. Indirect can be image, moral of the workers, which can affect this is called the indirect. So moral, legal, and financial. You have just gone through this in NEBOSH also. Just I have just highlighted again. So legal argument offer no legal requirement to carry out in incident investigation. Carrying out suitable and sufficient risk assessment can be a legal requirement. Incidents that are not investigated could indicate that risk assessment are not suitable and sufficient. It is good practice to investigate even there is no legal duty. Like investigation is a core of safety actually. Anything happens as a safety profession, we have to do the investigation for significant thing. I'm talking about significant near miss, or in case of accident, obviously you have to do it. For near misses, significant near miss, you have to do the proper investigation and find out the root cause so that it will not be repeated. Okay, then we are talking about the moral argument. When someone suffers an injury at work, the effect of that incident or harm can extend to many others. The moral argument for the investigating incident stems from our duty of care. The lesson can be learned from incident investigation. Lesson learned can stop worker from being harmed by future work activity. What do you mean by lesson learned? Anybody? What do you understand by lesson learned?
Yes,
So
sir.
whatever mistakes
Okay. So lesson learned, normally how we are doing, like example, we are working in MR project. I'm just giving you one example. Okay. It can be any project, but I'm just giving for sake of understanding. So in case an incident happened, example, in one of the projects, MR projects. So what they will make a lesson learned, one single page incident. What happened? What was the root cause? How we can avoid it? And this one page lesson learned information, they will share to all the HSE manager for the contractors for the MR project. So incident happened in one project, they are sharing to that same information to all other projects, so that this type of information, this type of incident is not repeated in their project. So that is called the lesson learned. Yeah. What is the okay, like a flash, like a news, they will, but in that, when you are making a lesson learned, they will not mention the name of the contractor, they will not mention the name of the project, that they will hide. They will just make a generalized statement, what has happened, what was the result of it, and what was the root cause and how we can avoid it. Yeah, what can be the corrective action to be taken so that it is not repeated. So the experience or the mistake which is made in one project, they can share it to the other project so that this type of incident is not reported. Simple as that. That is called the lesson learned. Okay, then okay, then we are talking about the financial argument. Incident cost money to the organization and individual. Insurance claim can take a lengthy time to be concluded. Finding out the cost of incident can be a good argument for better safety measures within an organization. So finding out the cost of incident can be good argument for better safety. So this is sometimes we argue with sometimes in projects also. Sometimes what happened, consultant will come and stop the work if it is unsafe. So sometimes we explain to the project team why we need to stop the work. Before that, why we can't be proactive and do the work so that whatever the lost time you are losing the time, you can fix it. You have to be more proactive rather than be reactive for the situation. It happens, right? In some of the fields, like in construction and all those things, operation team will neglect something and then the client will come and stop it. And they will lose some 3-4 hours. There is a wastage of production. So instead of doing that, do proper work so that your production will not hamper. Yeah. So the financial argument, incident costs money to the organization and individuals. Insurance claim can take a lengthy time to be concluded. Yeah, though insurance is like a tricky part. But what part we have to do is that wherever there is an incident which is happening, small or big, you have to record it and you have to send to the concerned person in your organization. This we have to be very, very careful. And with all the evidences. Yeah. So small thing also document will save you later. So if you think that it is a small incident, forget it, nothing will happen. Don't do that thing. As a safety profession, any incident which happen and you can note it and circulate it, it will be helpful for you for any insurance claim. Because once you have submitted your incident report, then only insurance claim activity will be started. Yeah. So this has to be be careful and make it sure the report goes at time. Sometimes incident happens and then you report after 1 month, 2 months, then it is gone. Then nobody can claim for it. So not only reporting, but at the right time, proper reporting. As soon as possible. There is no days as such. Yeah. Like for example, if you talk to me, if an incident happened, I make a point within 24 hours, I will submit the report so that it goes to the head office or to the HR or everything, and they will start their initiation. Okay, initial intimation you can send, but if you want to do a detailed investigation, you can put afterwards. You can send it later with all the evidence. Like if there is an injury, so you have to notify to the team that this is the incident and detailed investigation we will send in the other report. So at least they get intimated these things are happened. Like initial notification. Like in big project, you have to send initial notification that this incident has happened, at least a notification. And then the final report, you can take some more time after finding the proper root cause of it, and you can write it and you can send it later. But initial intimation for the major things you have to send in. Yeah. So that at least they are aware of it. Okay. Now we are talking about management system. Do anybody know about ISO system? What do you mean by ISO? What is the full form of ISO? Anybody? Okay.
International Organization for Standardization.
Okay, so they write it ISO, but when we pronounce it IS, International Organization for Standardization. Yeah, 45,000. Previously, it was called as OSHA's 18,001 in 2018. In 2018, afterwards, they shifted it to ISO 45,000. Yeah. So, okay. Any idea about ISO? Why ISO? What is a basic function of ISO?
Yes, sir. It's ensure the
tell me.
occupational health and safety management system and the
Very good.
workplace.
So ISO 45,000 is for the occupational health and safety. ISO 14,001. What is ISO 14,001?
Environmental management system.
Okay, so ISO 14,001 is environmental and ISO 901 is for the quality. Okay, so whenever the company has all these three standards, specifically these three standards, we are calling them as a ISO certified company. These are the basic three standards. Okay, you can have the other standards also depending upon the core industry, food industry, security, IT related things. So we can add on that one. But basically, these are the three things which are fundamentals, like occupational health and safety, environment, and the quality. Yeah. So these are the management system. What is the benefit of this management system? Anybody? What is the benefit we will get with this management system? What are the
Yes,
benefits?
sir.
Follow
It
Hmm?
will ensure the safety and quality and
Okay,
financial benefit to the organization
very good.
and their reputations also.
Very good. Reputation, like for example, like if any company is bidding for a higher project, so in their qualifying bid, the first thing they will check whether they have a ISO certification or not. This they are asking in their questionnaire, So whether these companies have ISO certified, like if you are going in oil and gas, your subcontractors who are going to enter your project. So they will check while screening the subcontractors, whether they have these all ISO certified certification for their company. So once they have, they are at least eligible for bidding. So in big projects, they are checking all this. Also, obviously, the companies which have this means at least we can say that they have some procedures, they have some standards, they have forms to control the procedures. So these are the benefits of the ISO systems. Yeah. So what they are selling, management system requirement, ISO 45001, incident may be classed as non-conformance. Organization must have process in place to manage non-conformity, including incident, investigation policies. So we will have, so once you have ISO means you have a procedures, how you are identifying hazards, how you are controlling it, how you are putting corrective action, what is the frequency of audits. So all these things will come to manage your risk management. Yeah. So when you have a ISO system, all these procedures will be in place. Yeah. To control it in a better way. Okay. Okay. Anybody can know what is a leading and lagging indicators? Any idea? Leading and lagging indicators?
Yes, sir. Leading is a proactive measures that we
Hmm.
implement in our place, and lagging it after the incident and it's the action taken after the accident, the
Very good.
workplace and air control. Yes.
Very good. So can you give some example of leading and lagging indicators?
Yes, sir. Leading like trainings, risk assessments,
Hmm.
and lagging is like corrective actions after the accident.
Hmm. Okay.
To
Great. So leading and lagging indicators of health and safety performance. This is very important. Example of lagging. So lagging is already accidents has happened and then you are putting the corrective actions, So you are finding the information and all those things. So it is like a more of a lagging indicators is like you are not proactive, you are reactive to the situations. So injury frequency rate, fatality rate, reports, accident reports, all those reports to find out the root cause, that can be lagging indicator. Leading indicators are the proactive measures what you are doing, like trainings, hazard spotting, all those things. Initiative to improve safety cultures, positive feedback and recognition for health and safety performance. So leading and lagging indicators. Some of the example of leading and lagging indicators. Okay, now we are talking about role of insurers in the incident investigation. Many countries have legal requirement for organization to have insurance. Insurance company requirement include organization to investigate with correct level of depth, refusal of insurance if there is no demonstration that process or effectives are being managed effectively. Like example, in our part of the world, in UAE, like if any worker or a new worker is entering our site, what is the document we are checking? What type of document we check in our induction? Anybody?
Yes, sir. Their insurance also and their trainings also.
No, I'm talking about the documents you will check during the
Document.
induction. What documents you check normally in the induction? You will check some documents, right?
Yes, sir.
What are the documents you will check?
Their insurance
Policy.
ID, and also insurance.
Okay. There is insurance that is called worker compensation. Like what we call it, sir. Uh, See, insurance in the sense they have this.
Liability insurance.
What is it?
Liability insurance.
Liability insurance. So liability insurance is that insurance in which all the workers' name should be there in that document actually. Okay, so whatever your worker is there, 10, 15, it should be mentioning these persons are covered in that insurance. So the name should be there. So the safety will check all these documents there, that the what are the other documents? Their trade license and all the visa copy and all this. But the importance is this liability and the workers' compensation, where the name of the worker should be inside that document. Hmm? Hmm. See, the name of the people will be constant who are there in their company. If they change also, then that name, that different, they have, yes. Hmm? Okay. So I just told something which is related to this part of the world, so some of the documents what you are going to check. Why we are checking this document? Like if there is why we need to check this insurance? Suppose if a person has, somebody missed that insurance document, and if there is an accident in the site, what can happen? What is the thing can happen?
It is a huge financial loss, and then
Hmm.
the reputation will go collapse. The
More
work
than
cannot be
reputation,
proceed.
more than the reputation, your legal implication will be high. The first question they will ask, why didn't the safety check their document? The first question they will ask, why did they allow the worker without the insurance? And it will have a lot of complication, because in case of fatality, who is going to pay the blood money? So all those things will come, and then it will go to the concerned people's head. So these are the documents which will save, actually, at least if this they have a document, the money will be covered. So this document is a very, very critical documents which we need to be verified for the any legal complications. Okay, group discussion. Think about the cost of incident to an organization. How many of these would be recovered? Can anybody say? Think about the cost of incident to an organization. How many of these would be recoverable? Hmm. Any other example? Anybody else? Okay. So you are now thinking about direct and indirect cost. Okay. What is a direct cost?
Medical expenses,
Hmm.
training.
Hmm. So that we can't recover, right? So very good. So that's the answer. So recover and non-recover. So see, some portion we can recover by insurance, but insurance will not cover everything in the accident. So that we can't recover. So that is the thing. Okay, benefit of incident investigation. So let us see what is the benefit of incident investigation. So organization that effectively investigate incident within their work activity will be better understanding how their organization works. So other benefit include prevention of further similar adverse event which could potentially lead to worse outcome, prevention of further business losses due to disruption, downtime, lost order, cost of prosecution, fines, and raise in insurance premium, and improvement in workers' morale and attitude towards the safety, development of managerial skill which can be applied to other area of organization. How does the accident investigation will increase the morale of a worker? My question is, how do you think my accident investigation will increase the morale of the worker and attitude of safety? How it is correlated? Anybody? Mhm. Very good. So very good. So if the company takes the accident seriously, does the accident investigation and find out the root cause and fix it, then it means that company is thinking about the worker. So once that feeling comes, most of the worker will stick to the company. I remember, one time, long time when I came to one company 20 years back, long time back, that time the company was so difficult to work. And I think the workers didn't had the leave also. No, the leave also was very, and working hours were very high. As a result, their moral of the workers were reduced. And I saw that around 6 months down the line, most of the workers started leaving the company because they felt that company was not looking after them or thinking about them. So it is very, very important. Small gestures can increase the morale of the workers. So that is the reason in some multinational companies, moral building and all those things, they will do it, distribution of foods and all those things, caring about the workers, caring about the complaints. So that increases the morale. Also, accident investigation, obviously, it shows that company cares about their safety and how the safety is there in the work area. Yeah. Okay, so what we will do, we'll take a small break now, a 15 minutes break we'll take for tea and coffee. And after the break, we will start it again. Okay, so now it's 10:30, right? So it is 10:30, right? So 10:45 we'll start again after our break. We'll just
Okay,
put,
sir.
I will
Okay.
put it in the group also. Short tea break. Okay, so we are talking about accident investigation, investigating the near miss. Near miss reporting and investigation can allow an organization for opportunity to learn lesson and make changes to improve safety before harm occurs. So you can see there are pyramid 600 near misses, 30 damage, 10 minor injuries, and 1 serious disabling injuries. Like suppose if that 600 near miss, if I am doing proper corrective action and I'm bringing this 600 near miss to 50%. Suppose it is 300. What will happen to the other figures? What will happen to the other figures? Okay, so very good. So if it is 300, let us assume damage to the incident also will become 50%, which is 15. Minor injury or first aid cases will become 5. And serious or disabling injury will vanish. Right or wrong? So it means that all the near miss, if we do proper root control, root cause analysis, and we put the proper control measures, the further things will not happen. That is the benefit of investigating near misses. Okay. So if you do proper investigating for the near miss, we can control it properly so that the other serious disabling injury will not occur. That is a meaning of that one. So near miss reported should not be significant. I will tell you significant near misses. We should be doing a proper investigation and proper control so that it will not be repeated. Investigating near misses. Benefit of investigating near misses include an opportunity to rectify failing before harm occurs, no injuries parties to deal with, witness more likely to be helpful and truthful, and supporting the management system, commitment of continual improvement. So these are the benefit of the near miss reporting. So what is the benefit of near miss reporting? Opportunity to rectify the failing before harm occurs, no injured parties to deal with, witness more likely to be helpful and truthful, and supporting the management system commitment of continual improvement. Okay, now we will go to the second part of it, which is called recognize how human and organization factor can contribute to the incident. Do you think that human factor contribute to the accidents? Hello?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
How? How? Can you give me one example where human factor resulted in accident?
Negligence and not
Uh,
following protocols.
okay. Did you hear about the safety behavior? Safety behavior of your workers?
Their
Yes, sir.
behavioral.
Safety behavior, attitude, and their risk taking.
You have given so many trainings to your workers, like your foremans who are working at the scaffolding. Still, they are not wearing the safety harness. So, whose problem is this now? You have given training, you have given. Okay, so the behavioral changes, it takes time. You know, human always like to do the work in a shortcut, right or wrong? They want to finish the work as soon as possible without doing the proper safety behaviors. So let us discuss about this chapter, what we are going to do. So human factors, we are talking about the human factors are made up of three components. What are that? Job factors. What are job factors? So when we are looking at the job factors, some of the things to be considered, like poor design of the equipment and instrument, interruption and disruptions, unclear or missing instructions, poorly maintained or faulty equipment, high demand, too much of work, unpleasant working environment, example, noise, dirt, poor lighting, etc. So this can be a job factor. I've given you the example. What can be the individual factor? So like individual factors can be, it is estimated 80% of incident can be attributed to the action of people. So 80% normally accident happen because of the individual factors. So what can be the example of individual factors? Overwork, tired workers are more likely to have lapses in concentration. Lack of competency in the work activity or with a piece of equipment can result in worker carrying out the work activity unsafely or incorrect use of piece of equipment. Complacency due to lower perception of risk after prolonged
The slides
period
are
of.
not moving.
No, I'm speaking now. I'm not moving the slide. I'm explaining you individual
Okay.
factors. You're understanding what I'm telling you? Hello? The voice is clear?
Yes, sir.
I'm
Clear.
I'm explaining you each thing. What do you mean by job factor? I'm explaining you what is an individual factor. So individual factor, I was explaining you, it can be overwork, tired worker, lack of competency, and complacency means the worker is doing the work for a long time. Like example, when you talk to the foreman, if this activity or supervisor, this activity is unsafe. So what is their one famous line they will tell? Sir, we are working for last 15 to 30 years, nothing has happened. So complacency, what they think, if these things they are doing it, it is a right way. So complacency also comes when you have risk perception, you think that it is a very low. Low morale, this can be also be individual factor, low morale. So I've given you the example of job factors, individual factors, organization and management. So organization means what? Like organization means not planning it properly. You have a concrete casting for columns and they are not planned for proper scaffolding. These are the some of the important factors which is happening in your work area. So they only want production, but they will not plan how to do it. So that is called organization, like lack of appropriate planning, resulting in excessive pressure put on workers. Like they put lot of pressure on the workers that we need production. So they bypass other things. Lack of safe system of work, like not taking the permit. This is also a thing. So they have to go to the morning, they have to sign it, engineers, and again to the work area. So lack of safe system of work, like permit to work system not using. Poor design of the equipment of workplace layout, that can be a thing. Poor safety culture, lack of incident reporting. Sometimes organization doesn't encourage for reporting. So these are the some of the organization factors which can affect the this one. So three factors we are talking about: job factors, individuals, and the organization and management factors. So job factors, I told you, poor design of equipment and instruments, interruption and disturbance, unclear or missing instruction, poorly maintained or faulty equipments, high demand workload, unpleasant working environment, example, noise, dirt, floor, lighting, etc. Individual factors, I just explained you, overwork, tired workers, lack of competency in the work activity or with a piece of equipment, workers carrying out activity that are beyond their capabilities, complacency, low morale, can be medical condition, maybe drowsiness, etc. because he has taken some medicine or he had some medical conditions which has resulted in this. Organization factors can be lack of appropriate planning, lack of safe system of work, placed prior to the work starting, like permit to work system, not implemented, which can result in that. Inadequate resources allocated to work activity. This happens regularly, right? So not proper resources given for housekeeping. Then there is a lot of issue in the housekeeping issues, or lack of resources given to the safety, which can result in other things. Poor design of equipment or workplace layout or poorly maintained equipment. Okay, now we have one more concept called conscious and unconscious actions. What is conscious? So normally people act consciously and unconsciously. So conscious and unconscious actions. People do not deliberately wish to cause harm to themselves or others. There are many reasons why a person chooses to act in a certain way. Conscious decision, an individual makes a choice to behave in certain way. So conscious means he is aware what he is doing. Conscious act, a deliberate deviation from process or procedures. Like working at height, he is not wearing the safety belt. He is wearing safety harness, but he is not hooking it. Deliberate deviation. Okay, then conscious, what is the difference between a conscious act and unconscious act? So conscious act basically under exceptional circumstances where something has gone wrong and workers is trying to make do with temporary fix. So they want to do work in a height. So instead of ladder, they will take a drum. They want to finish it under exceptional circumstances. They want to finish anyway. So that can be reason by not taking proper equipment. Then in situational circumstances where due to lack of resource or insufficient time allocated for task ends with the worker making an unsafe choice due to perceived pressure upon them. So in a situational circumstances, resources is less and they have to finish, then they will take a shortcut. Routinely, where breaking the rules or not following the intended process is regular and accepted practice. So routinely they are breaking and it is accepted also. So this will come in a conscious act. Unconscious act is basically, it is not by conscious, but they slip certain things. Like unconscious act is also known as errors. They are doing the errors, where worker makes an unintended action or makes a decision with unintended consequence based on the information available to them. So they didn't have a full information, incomplete information, and then they make slips and lapses. So slips are action not planned properly. So slips can be action not planned properly. Lapses you can tell, such as forgetting to carry out an action or missing a step in a task. That is called lapses. Rule-based mistake. What is rule-based mistake? Based on remembered rules and applying wrong rules. So he made a wrong rules and made a mistake. Knowledge-based mistakes. Misdiagnosis of fault or miscalculating the measurement. So these are some of the problems unconscious act because lack of training or lack of whatever it is. And then they make these errors which result in accidents. So unconscious act and conscious act. Conscious is act, simple means they know it, but they violate it. Unconscious, they don't know it. And as a result, there is a slip or lapses or rule-based mistake or knowledge-based mistake. So this is conscious and unconscious act. conscious and unconscious actions. In each of these circumstances, organization can act to reduce the chance of worker being able to make these choices or create a safe work environment so that the worker is not left to make unsafe choice. So normally what we do, how we do it, normally we go to the site and we just observe the worker, what they are doing and writing down, not telling them anything, how they work, how they're working at height, what they are using. And then we'll write down, and then we'll bring the supervisor and the worker and we'll tell, these are the things you are doing in your work area. These are the mistakes you are doing. And then we highlighted them. This you are doing. So we'll not highlight at the work area. We'll just go and observe what are the conscious and unconscious actions they are doing it. And then we'll note down in our books, note down our checklist or whatever you have. And then we will inform them. These are the things you are making mistake. This will lead to accident. So this we need to do it. What is the correct way of doing? So we'll educate them. We'll educate them. Yeah. Okay. So we discuss about conscious and unconscious act. Now we will talk about investigating incidents. How we are going to investigate incident. Okay, we have one beautiful video about investigating incident. Let us see the video first and then we'll talk discussing about this one. So let us go to the video. Just 1 minute, please. One minute.
This program is presented by the Associated General Contractors of America.
Okay, you can see the video.
Yes, I will.
This is the job site. A busy place where most jobs are completed on time without problems. We do our best to keep the job site safe, but sometimes things go wrong. That's when I go to work. I carry a clipboard. I'm a supervisor. This is my beat, the job site. It's a clean, safe place with a hard-working crew. But it wasn't always that way. I'll never forget the first job I supervised. Safety was the #1 priority. The directive came from the top, and the owner had the numbers to back him up. The cost of work-related accidents nationwide was $34.8 billion in 1987. In the construction industry alone, accident costs are now approaching $3 billion per year. Those numbers don't take into account the human trauma of injuries, the effect accidents have on the crew and customer, and the other indirect costs and complications. We looked through the files. A lot of the same accidents kept happening. There seemed to be only one answer: an accident investigation policy. A thorough investigation would help us prevent accidents. We could learn from the past to prevent accidents in the future. We could filter out facts, not fault. I told him I'd handle it.
Give me 3 days.
Okay. People think supervising is a glamour job, carrying a clipboard, a walkie-talkie, ordering everyone around. They don't see the reality. The coordination, the diplomacy, the down and dirty work it takes to make a job site safe and efficient. There was a lot of trial and error trying to perfect and improve the accident investigation procedure. When the whole thing finally came together, I had learned the 5 steps to every investigation. Aid the injured and provide proper medical assistance. Secure the area. Investigate and define the facts. Find the real cause. Review and analyze the facts gathered. Take action. Corrective measures can reduce the possibility of the accident happening again. I'll never forget my first successful case. I got the call on a Tuesday. There'd been an accident, a fall.
Okay, I copy that. Don't move him. I'm gonna get a hold of paramedics. I'm on my way.
It was time to put the accident investigation plan into action. The first responsibility in an accident is to aid the injured. Marty took quite a fall. He was lucky. It looked like the main injury was a broken leg. It could have been worse. The ambulance crew took good care of him. An accident is upsetting to everyone on the crew, so it's important to reassure them. It's also important to note who's in the area, so you can question them later. Witnesses are an important part of any investigation.
They're gonna take him to County General and call me as soon as there's any information. I'll be sure and let you know if I hear anything, okay? Let's get back to work. I'm gonna want to talk to y'all later about this, but in the meantime, let's just try and keep it under wraps, okay? Don't be spreading it around. Okay? All right, thanks, guys. See you later.
Next, secure the area. This can keep an accident from getting worse. I sent someone upstairs to cordon off the area around the hole that Marty fell through. I secured the area where Marty landed. Just like the police secure a crime scene, you must secure the accident scene to make sure important facts aren't disturbed or lost. The next step is to observe the scene without disturbing it. Make a sketch or take pictures to help you remember what the scene looked like. Pictures are especially helpful because you can capture details on film that you may not catch in your initial observation. An accident investigation report can help you keep track of the details as you make your observations. Start by recording the time of day and the exact location of the accident. Identify the type of injury, the part of the body injured, and the action that resulted in the injury. In Marty's case, a fall broke his leg. All of this information is vital in helping review and identify accident trends over time. After you record the general information, observe the accident scene more closely. List anything that's unusual, like broken equipment or tools, spilled material, or poor lighting. Sketches and pictures can help put the scene in perspective. In checking the area where Marty fell, I found small pieces of particle board. I found another larger piece on the floor. It looked like it had some writing on it, looked like a Z or an N. I made a note on the report and kept a piece so I could look at it again later. There wasn't any property or vehicle damage in this accident, and physical conditions such as rain or slippery conditions weren't a factor. I did notice that the housekeeping on 5 was in pretty poor shape. There were a lot of trip hazards that could have been a factor. I checked the rest of the physical surroundings. Loud noise, poor lighting, impaired visibility, or any other number of distractions may have contributed to the accident. None of those items seems to be a factor this time, though. The key to a thorough investigation is looking for facts. List what is rather than what is not, and don't try to assess blame. Unsafe acts by employees are often because of improper training, lack of supervision, or a poorly designed or unsafe job. Most accidents are caused by a combination of factors, not just one. Think the way a detective does. Use the 5 W's and the H. Who, what, when, where, why, and how. Don't color your observations with opinions at this point. Sticking to just the facts will help you gather the information you need. Analyzing the facts comes later. I finished investigating the accident scene. Now it was time to interview the witnesses.
Good for you? Yeah, two's good.
Witnesses should be interviewed as soon as possible. Human nature being what it is, people want to talk about the accident, what they saw, what they knew. It's important to talk to the witnesses before they've spent any time talking about the accident to one another. This will help you get individual observations while they're fresh and help you avoid group stories. I always do my best to put the witness at ease. Employees are often fearful that they or a coworker will be blamed for the accident. Let witnesses tell what they heard or saw in their own words. I don't lead them into statements. Again, look for facts, not fault.
Thanks for coming in today, Brian. Have a seat. I wanted to talk to as many people as possible about what they saw when Marty fell. I want to make sure we don't have that kind of an accident again.
Hey, I didn't see anything. And even if I did, I wouldn't say it. I mean, I'm not going to rat on anybody.
I'm not looking for people to blame. I just want to know what happened.
Okay, so I'm minding my own business, you know, doing my own thing, and I hear this crash, and I thought, well, what's that? I mean, because there's no real loud work around here, you know? And then I hear this yell, and I turn around, and this guy's laying on the ground. I mean, I don't even know where he came from.
I can't believe it happened, you know? I mean, Mel and me saw that hole, and I said, that's dangerous, you know? I'm going to get somebody to cover it up. And Mel agreed. Now, Mel said he'd stay and watch it until I got it covered. So I went over to the skip. I figured someone could radio down and get a cover up here.
I also talked to Marty. He said he never saw any hole in the floor, that he was moving some materials, and out of the corner of his eye, he saw some debris. He didn't want to slip, so he did a little hop over it. Next thing he knew, he was on the 4th floor. It's important to realize that there may be discrepancies in the investigation. Differences in what you think happened and what the injured person or witnesses have told you. Keep an open mind and question your own conclusions and the statements of the witnesses until the facts are clear.
I mean, everything happened so fast. But I thought I did the right thing, you know.
What do you mean?
Well, John and I saw the hole, and we knew it was dangerous. And so John went to get something to cover it up, and I stuck around to make sure nobody fell through. I mean, it was really busy around there.
What happened next?
Okay, I was waiting for John. And then these sheet metal guys were really having one heck of a time, and Charlie yells out, Mel, we need a body over here. And I said, well, Charlie, I can't. I'm waiting here for John. And Charlie says, Mel, we need a body now. And I could see he wasn't kidding. These guys really needed help. So I saw this piece of plywood, and it was really pretty sturdy. And I sprayed danger on it, and then I put it over the hole. I thought that would be enough until John got back. But I mean, I even tested that thing before I went over to help those guys, and it was strong. I don't know how Marty fell through.
The pieces were beginning to come together. I had re-interviewed Marty and Mel to clarify a couple of points. My analysis was almost complete. My investigation led me to believe an accident is a series of events. If you break down the events and look at how and why each thing happened, you can identify the primary and secondary causes of the accident. This is crucial to the prevention of loss and injury. My reconstruction of the events showed that there was an uncovered opening in the floor. John and Mel noticed the hole and took immediate action. John went to get a proper cover while Mel stood by to make sure no one was injured. But Charlie's group was in trouble and needed help. But before Mel went to assist them, he got a piece of scrap and covered the hole. He wrote danger on it and tested the strength before he went to help the other guys. Then Marty comes along. He's moving some materials, and he notices there's something on the floor that he's about to trip over. He does an extra hop to avoid that hazard and lands smack on the particle board. The particle board isn't strong enough for the added force of Marty's jump, and it breaks. Marty falls through to the next floor. The primary cause of the accident was an uncovered opening in the floor. That was a failure on management's part to make sure the floor was properly inspected and hazards eliminated. There were a couple secondary causes. First, John and Mel did the right thing, and they had good intentions. They saw safety as everyone's responsibility, and they took action to try to avoid an injury. However, with proper training, Mel would have realized that the particle board he used was too thin to support the potential load, even on a temporary basis. It wasn't strong enough, and it wasn't placed securely. And the area should have been roped off with a caution banner or some other temporary warning system until the hazard was eliminated. The other secondary cause was housekeeping. I didn't realize it until I looked closely at the pictures I took. I think I must have walked the floor so many times that I didn't notice, but the housekeeping was terrible. If the floor had been clear, Marty wouldn't have had to jump over a trip hazard, and he might have noticed the particle board on the floor as being out of place and avoided stepping on it. That brought me to the final step in the accident investigation process. Take corrective action. Identifying the primary and secondary causes of the accident showed me exactly what we needed to do. First, have a regular job site inspection. The site is constantly changing. A regular inspection will help eliminate hazards. Second, improved safety training. John and Mel had the right idea, but the series of events led to an accident anyway, in spite of their best intentions. I had to make sure employees were properly trained and that they knew who to report to if there's a hazard or if an accident occurs. I also made certain that proper equipment was available in every job box on every floor so that a hazard can be safely and effectively dealt with until the permanent solution arrives. Third, good housekeeping is vital. I make sure that everyone knows they're supposed to pick up after themselves every day, and every Friday we clean every floor. The subs are supposed to do it themselves. If they don't, we do it and charge them back. With Marty's accident, the solutions were clear and easy to achieve. It's important to set corrective goals that are attainable and to set a realistic schedule for completion. The goals should be specific. You should outline who will implement each step and when it will be completed. Every supervisor, no matter what his beat, has to deal with paperwork. Forms and accident reports are one of your most valuable resources. They provide information for future reference and a convenient way to list the information you've gathered and the action taken. They will also help you when it's time to fill out your forms for OSHA. OSHA Form 101 is required for all recordable illnesses and injuries, and the OSHA Summary Form 200 must be completed annually and posted by February 1st. Most of the information for the summary form can be taken right from the accident investigation report. At our next meeting, the owner and I went over everything that had happened with Marty's fall. It helped solidify our accident investigation procedure. Aid the injured person. Secure the area. Investigate and define the facts. Find the real cause. Review and analyze the information. Take corrective measures. The procedure didn't take much extra time, and it really made a difference. It showed us what was missing from our safety program and really helped us plug up the holes. Using just the facts, we made some real progress toward an injury-free job site. This is the job site, a busy place where most jobs are completed on time without problems. Now, we don't wait for things to go wrong. We work hard on prevention. That's my job. I carry a clipboard.
So it was an informative video, right? How to do accident investigation, how we are carrying out investigation, right? Good video?
Yes, sir. Excellent.
Okay, Kalas. Okay, now we will talk about accident investigation. Okay, let us, where we stopped? There is stop. Okay. Yeah, here, this one. Okay. So what we should do in investigating and level of investigation. So in the video, we saw a lot of things. Consider worst possible outcome of incident, likelihood of incident happening again, lessons that can be learned. If there has been breach of legislation, civil liability implications, if there is any uninsured risk and impact on others. So what should be the investigation and the level of investigation? So this is the heading. Consider what possible outcome of incident, likelihood of incident happening again, lessons that can be learned, if there has been a breach of legislation, civil liability implications, if there is any uninsured risk and impact on others. Let us see one by one what. So what does a good investigation look like? So it identifies immediate, underlining, and root cause. So how did the accident happen? What was the immediate cause? So normally what happens in our work area, whenever there is an accident, we will try to correct the immediate cause without going to the root cause. As a result, this type of accident will repeat it. Example, now here they have given the example. Hand injury caused by an operator by a machine with guard open. So there was a hand injury. Why? Because the machine guard was open. Immediate cause is interlock was easily defected. Conscious act. Conscious act means the worker or the operators consciously bypassed the guard system and he was using it without the guard. Underlying causes, risk assessment did not consider the conscious act. Root cause, inadequate health and safety advice. So identify action to prevent reoccurrence and result communicated to all concerned. So what does so identify immediate, underlying and root causes. Example, hand injuries caused by operating a machine with open guards. Immediate can be interlock was easily defeated, which was conscious act. Underlining was risk assessment did not consider conscious act. And third, root cause, inadequate health and safety advice. Maybe nobody gave them the advice properly. Yeah. Identify actions to prevent reoccurrence. So how we can prevent it reoccurrence and communicate to all the operators. Okay. See, immediate, like for example, immediate means like let us assume there is a leak in a workshop, okay, with the FLT truck which is operating and it is leaking. Now, because of the leak happened in the walkway and the operator, some other operator who was walking in a walkway didn't saw the leakage. As a result, he put the leg on the oil. As a result, he slipped and he broke his leg. So what will be the immediate cause here? What will be the immediate? No, what?
Slippery surface, sir.
Very good. So the oil is the immediate cause. Okay. What can be the underlying causes? What do you think? What can be the underlying? What can be the underlying? Or root cause? Very good. Spokeless can. And what can be the root cause? Very good. The management didn't provided them with the proper maintenance team. So who is supposed to put the maintenance team? Obviously the management. They have to recruit the person or recruit the third party who will do the maintenance of the FLT truck who is operating in your work area. Now the question is that if I can remove the oil which is leaking for the FLT trucks, whether this incident will happen again. Okay, the leak was there. We called the housekeeping team. They removed the oil. Can you 100% say the accident will not happen again? Anybody? If I remove the immediate cause, the oil, whether this type of incident will repeat or not repeat?
Repeat, sir.
Why?
Because if there is no proper system for maintenance, management not ensured, then it will repeat again.
Very good. So you have only technically closed the immediate cause, but you have not closed the root cause. So next day again there will be leak. Again there is a possibility of somebody slipping on the oil. So until and unless if you're going to fix the root cause, the incident will repeat again. That is what they are saying. That is what is that. So always when we are controlling, we have to complete the root cause thing. Yeah. Okay, let us move forward now. Understood now? Hello? Clear? Okay. Okay, now see, now what happens? How we are making a investigating team. So investigation team based on certain factors. So these are likelihood of event occurring and what can be the consequence. Based on this, we are making the team, whether it is a minimal, low or medium, or likelihood is a low or medium, or likelihood is medium or high. Depending on that, we make the investigation team. In small thing, we can only put supervisors. In other thing, we can put supervisor and engineers. In critical case, we can put corporate HSE manager who will come for the high risk doing the investigation. Depending upon the levels, the group is formed. So we are talking about deciding to investigation and level of investigation. The decision to investigate an incident must be based on likelihood and potential worst consequence of the incident. Now, incident investigation team, the size of investigation team will depend on the size of organization and the complexity or seriousness of the incident. So based on the size of the organization and the complexity of seriousness of the incident. Group discussion. Who would you typically involve in an investigation team for each level of investigation? Can anybody tell? Like, who will you involve? Like, think about your company, what happens. So how you will involve? Tell me.
Yes,
Yes.
sir. We involve the site workers, supervisor, engineer.
No, no.
Yes, sir.
Try to understand. Who will you typically involve in an investigation team for each level of investigation? Like if it is a minor, medium, and severe. So these, let us make these three categories. So in minor, who will you involve? Medium, who will involve? And in serious case, who will involve? That they are asking. Okay. Okay. Hmm. Hmm. Okay. Okay. Okay, very good. So level of investigation, if it is a minimal level criteria, what is the criteria? Would be appropriate where the incident is unlikely to happen again and the worst consequence would be minor injury. So it will not repeat and it is a minor injury. Who should you involve? A supervisor look at the, so what you are saying, foreman or supervisor. Supervisor look at the incident and circumstances and determines what needs to be put in place to prevent a similar event. So this is for the minimal level. For the low level, criteria would be carried out where incident could occur again, but no injury would result, or it would be carried out where the incident is unlikely to happen again, but injury may be more serious. So who should be involved? A supervisor or a line manager does a short investigation to identify immediate, underlying and root cause to prevent it happen again. So that's called low level. Okay, now medium level would be appropriate where incident is unlikely to happen again, but could cause serious injuries such as fall from low level height during a non-routine maintenance activity. Who should be involved? This is a more detailed investigation that may involve safety representatives, subject matters, experts, and the organization's health and safety team. So in medium level. High level. Criteria required if the worst outcome could have been fatality, regardless of whether it is likely to recur or not. Who should be involved? This is a team-based approach involving line managers, supervisors, health and safety managers, safety representative, ideally led by impartial senior manager. So we are talking about for the high level, this is team-based approach involving line managers, supervisors, health and safety managers, safety representative, ideally led by a impartial senior manager. Okay. Now, pre-investigation actions we are talking about. Establish emergency response such as first aid and ensure the scene is safe. Preserve the scene. Gather witness contact detail for the interview. Take note of any environmental condition that may be relevant. Gather information on any equipment involved in the incident. So these are the pre-investigation requirements. So establish emergency response such as first aid and ensure scene is safe. Preserve the scene. Gather the witness contact detail for the interviews. Take note of any environmental condition that may be relevant. Gather the information on any equipment involved in the incident. So these are the things. Also, when you are taking the witness contact detail, minimum 2 witness statement you have to write down. Why 2? Why minimum 2 we are taking the witness statement? Why not 1? See, if we take 1, we don't know exact. Maybe he do manipulation, maybe he has a friend with a format, or he's taking the advantage. So if we have two interviews, we can check whether both are telling the same thing or not. Yeah. So witness statement, not, yeah. Witness statement should be recorded in their own language. So if the person is speaking Urdu, the worker or the operator, we have to take the statement in Urdu and then we convert it into English. Yeah. So the language in which he is comfortable, we have to take that thing and write it in that same language, because then we have to show him this is what you have, we have to, and then he have to signature it and then we convert it into English. Normally we do like this. Yeah. Okay.
So
Then
the language barrier will also affect the
yeah, so for
evidence.
that reason, for the language barrier only, we encourage the person to speak in his own language. So the language barrier and his explanation will not be affected. So that is the reason we take witness statement in his own language, which is comfortable. Either it can be Urdu, Arabic, Hindi language, or any language which he is speaking and he is convenient of it. And then we can convert it. Then deciding whether the incident will be reportable under local legislation. How soon an investigation should start will depend on the level of risk involved. In general, as soon as possible. Where witnesses are to be interviewed, this should happen as quickly as possible to ensure witnesses do not have opportunity to forget elements that could be relevant to the investigation. So pre-investigation action, decide whether the incident will be reportable under local legislation. How soon an investigation should start will depend on the level of risk involved. In general, as soon as possible. Whether the witnesses are to be interviewed, this should also happen as quick as possible to ensure witnesses do not have any opportunity to forget the element that could be relevant to the investigation. So whenever there is an accident, the witness should be taken at as soon as possible. Okay? Because if you prolong the things, it can be diluted or can be added or manipulated. So we have to take it very fast. Group discussion. Before we look at this section, what sort of evidence do you think you would gather for incident investigation? Note down your ideas and we'll revisit this list at the end of the section. But you can write down. Can you, anybody say? Before we look at this section, what sort of evidence do you think you would gather for an incident investigation? Note down your ideas and we will revisit this list at the end of the session. Can anybody tell me this one, please? Yes. Anybody?
Like maybe we collect photographs like that. What sort of
Documented
evidence?
evidence and gather the physical like photographs, interviews evidence, and documentary evidence. All we collect this evidence and then we can analyze.
Okay. Before we look at this section, what sort of evidence do you think you will gather for an incident? Note down your ideas. Okay, so what you told, again recap, again say it. What is it?
Evidence of documents.
Okay.
And also the physical conditions evidence, interview evidence, witness.
Okay.
Environmental evidence like the work area conditions.
Okay.
Equipment evidence, what the equipment used at the time of
okay.
So how the surroundings are, how like how the surroundings, like
okay,
external factors affecting the incident.
Okay.
Lighting evidence like lighting and weather conditions, nice and other
Okay,
factors.
great. Okay, we'll see this one. Okay, now you have told these things. Okay. So how we are doing the investigation, how we are carrying out the investigation, 4 stage of investigation process. First is gathering the information. First is what? Gathering the information. Second, analyzing the information. Third, risk control measures. And fourth is the action plan. Whatever the root cause you have found out, how we are going to close it. That is called the action plan. So 4-stage investigation process. First is gather the information. So we are going to gather. So gathering can be documentary, photos, all those things, witness statement. Then analyzing whatever it is there, how to analyze that thing. Analyze that thing. Okay. So let us see one by one. What is it? So gathering the information. So let us go into gathering the information. So gather the information, capture the information as soon as you are able to do so. If necessary, work must be stopped and everyone must kept out of the area. The format of the information can be physical evidence, verbal evidence, or written evidence. Record information, initial notes, formal notes, report being completed once this stage of investigation is concluded, and retention of notes. So retention of notes is also there. So gather the information, capture the information as soon as you are able to do so. If necessary, work must be stopped and everyone kept out of the area. Format of information can be physical evidence, verbal and written evidence. Record information, initial notes, formal reports being completed once this stage of investigation is concluded, and retention of notes. We are keeping it as a record. Then what? The second stage, 1 minute. Second stage is concept of barrier control. What is barrier control? What is barrier control? Let us see this also. So what we are telling, identifying barrier. So identifying barrier, like what is barrier? Barrier is nothing but a safety or control functions that has failed. Let us example this one. Take this example, concept of barrier control. Identifying barrier is an important step in information gathering state of investigation. Investigation team need to establish how the risk should have been controlled. A barrier is supposed to create a safe place of work. Investigation need to include why the critical barrier failed. Critical barrier can be any safety device which was placed to control the risk. Like for example, guard. We are keeping a guard in a cutting machine. Now guard is a safety barrier. So if there was an injury, how did this barrier fail? What was the cause of this barrier to fail? Did somebody remove this barrier? Manipulated this barrier? That we have to find out. What is the reason for it? So that is the concept of barrier control. So barriers such as guard or a control system is supposed to create a safe place of work. If the critical barrier has failed and allowed an incident to occur, investigation will need to include looking at those circumstances. For example, somebody getting their fingers cut after they remove a guard to clear a blockage. So, hello? Yeah. So we are talking about the concept of barrier control. How did it fail? And then we have to find out the reason for it. Analyzing the information, we are analyzing the information, look at what is relevant to incident in a timely structural manner. Have all the reasonable line of inquiry been followed? Is there any information missing? If so, why? Common theme from this interview must be recorded. All possible causes and consequences of incident should be considered. Establish immediate, underline and root cause, including the human factor. So human factor also you have to consider when whether proper training has been done, whether it's a competent or just some incompetent person was operating this machine. All those analysis you have to do. Then process. Establish. Now, in your syllabus of the accident investigation, we are using 5 why techniques of accident investigation. 5 whys is we are asking the question why 5 times, but it is not exactly 5. It can be more or less till we got the the root cause of it. I will show you one beautiful video of 5Y, which will make you understand what is a 5Y. So the process establish what happened and why. You are using 5Ys. So in your syllabus, we have only 5Y technique for accident investigation. We do have other techniques also, but it is not in syllabus. Only names will be just mentioned. What are the other fishbone analysis and other accident investigation? We'll check it later on the last session. Only the headlines. What are the other? Where we will going to learn that thing? Obviously, in other higher level, when you're going in a diploma level, you are going to learn all those things: fishbone analysis, in event tree analysis, fault tree analysis. So there are other accident investigation procedures also. What are those? So one is fault tree analysis, then we have event tree analysis, and then we have fishbone diagram analysis. These are the advanced level of accident investigation. Is this in the syllabus? Obviously no, that is not in the syllabus, but you should know these are there. So only for that information it is mentioned, but you don't have to go in detail for those things. Where you are going to learn, obviously you are going to learn in a diploma level. Okay, so establishing what happened and why. 5Ys: identify all cause of incident, including human factors where applicable, record all causes and additional risk control measures required, identify control measures existing or additional for each cause. Use of timeline can help during the analysis step. So this is called the analysis step. Now 5Y techniques. Before 5Y techniques, I want to show you one video. Now what is this video? I want to give a background. Now this video is about a museum in US, where what happened, this bird, bird droppings they were putting these droppings on the museum top. As a result, every alternative weeks, they have to wash these droppings, pigeon droppings. As a result, what happened? The coloring of the museum of external color started getting peeled off, because every 2 weeks you're washing for this pigeon droppings. Now they use the 5Y technique to find out the root cause why so many pigeons were there in the museum, and how they can reduce the bird droppings. It's a beautiful video, but same concept is that 5Y techniques, how to use the 5Y techniques. Let us see this video, 5Y technique.
This story is a bit of a myth in some quality circles, but it is a good example of using the 5 Whys for root cause analysis. Years ago, the stone exterior was deteriorating at the Jefferson Memorial in Washington, D.C., a popular monument in the United States. Repairing the stone or painting over the worn areas was too expensive, so park rangers turned to root cause analysis and started asking why.
Why was the stone deteriorating?
High-powered sprayers were being used to wash the memorial every 2 weeks.
Why were high-powered washings needed every 2 weeks?
Because of bird droppings.
Asking why stopped because it seemed the cause was found. Workers put nets around the building, but they were unsightly, and the birds found ways around them. So it was back to the drawing board, or the 5 Whys.
Why are there so many birds?
They come to feed on spiders.
Why are there so many spiders?
They feed on insects at night.
Why are there so many insects?
They're attracted by lights that shine on the memorial at night.
With a new cause found, questions stopped, and a plan was created to reduce the amount of time the memorial spent in the spotlight at night, and it worked. The insects were reduced by 90%, and with the root cause removed, the excessive cleaning was no longer needed. An unexpected benefit was a cost savings realized by using less electricity. This highlights how root cause analysis can involve trial and error, and how the 5 Whys isn't always limited to exactly 5 questions. Read more about root cause analysis and the Jefferson Memorial story at the link below.
Okay, nice video. Understood the concept, 5 Whys. Okay, so 5 Whys is in your syllabus for this accident investigation. So you're doing the accident investigation by simply using 5Y technique. Okay, so let us move to the 5Y techniques. Just now we explained you. So here also you can see one example they have given. they have given one example for a trip, 1 minute. Go to the back side. Okay, 5 why techniques. So what is you can see in the screen? 1 minute.
No, we can't see the screen.
Okay, 1 minute, 1 minute. Okay, 5 why techniques you can see. Now what is the thing has happened? Worker fracture a wrist after tripping over the electrical cable. Can you see the screen now? Screen is okay? Okay, now the scenario is that worker has fractured a wrist after tripping over an electrical cable. Okay, why? The question is why. Answer is the cable trailing across the floor and he tripped over the cable and he didn't see the cable. So again, I'm asking why? Why the cable trailed across the floor? It was left there by a contractor. Okay, we got one answer here. He tripped over the cable. Why? It is lay across the path. He didn't see the cable. Why? It was dark. So we get 3 information for 3 whys. Let us go to the... Okay. Why? So we are coming down to the why again, to the bottom. Why? No control of contractor system in place. Why? Management didn't know this needed a policy for this. So we got the final root cause of this one. Why? Lack of site supervision. Why? Supervisor didn't know he was responsible for checking this thing. So we got 2 root cause for this one thing. Okay, why? It was en route to where he was going. Why? 2 of these lights were not working. No one asked for the bulb to be replaced. Why? No system existed for routine checking the light. So we got all the 4 root cause. Management didn't know this needed a policy for this. Supervisor didn't know he was responsible. It was en route to where he was going. And last not the least, no system existed for routine checking the light. So we got all those things. If we do the corrective action, is the problem solved? Hello? Very good. So you have to sign on their document, role and responsibility. What is your role and responsibility? Put, not only you put concrete, but safety of that area is also your responsibility. You have to check. Only no production, but you have to maintain that area also. Second, management meeting had to be conducted. We have to make a policy. We have to make a policy and give to the management. This we are intended to go. Please approve it. Then they will approve. No system existed. So we have to make a checklist for electrical checklist for month. We have to hand over to our electrical team. He will go every month. He will check and he will replace and he will give the report at the month end. That way he will check all the cables, trailing cable and also the bulbs. Can we control now? If we do like this. And obviously we will inform the contractor. We will give them the HSC plan for our project, what they are supposed to do, what are their responsibility. We will communicate to their HSC team. These are the roles and responsibility. This, or you have to give submit some checklist. We will forward them the checklist. Give this checklist at the end of the month, checked and signed to us. So we will know that they are doing their job with photographic evidence of that time and dated stamp. So then we know exactly they are doing their job. Now we can control by doing these things. Where monitoring also will be there. We will go randomly, we'll check whether the supervisor is doing the work, whether the bulbs has been changed. The area safety officer will go and check randomly. That way they will control it. Yeah. So once you get 5 whys, what reason led to that accident, then we have to do the corrective action. And obviously we have to monitor it regularly so that everybody is following. Clear? So that is why we are using the 5 why technique. I hope you understood this one. We saw video, we saw this example. Clear now this one?
Yes, sir, clear.
Okay, class. Okay, Note down some of the findings you would expect an incident investigation to uncover after all the information has been gathered and analyzed. So what do you think? Note down some of the findings you would expect an incident investigation to uncover after all information has been gathered. So what type of information you will gather? Anybody?
Can you say that again? This group discussion, we did not understand.
Yeah, what is it? Note down some of the findings you would expect an incident investigation to uncover after all information has been gathered and analyzed. So what is your function? What is your idea? What is your motto of doing accident investigation? What is your motto?
To find the root cause.
Very good. So, yes, to find. Very good. So you will get all your points. You will get immediate cause, underlying cause, you will get root cause. You saw 5 eyes finding out the root cause. And then you have to put the corrective action and time frame, action plan. When you will going to do these things? What is your timeline? 1 week, 2 weeks, 1 month? How you are going to close on these observations? So that next time when I come, I see all the things are fixed. Okay? Okay, then analyzing the information. After gathering all the information, you can then organize your finding in systematic way. Identify and record all the causes of incident like immediate, underlying and root. Record detail of all risk control measures. Ensure that control measures are identified for each causes. Yeah. Third is risk control measures. Take account of all existing risk control measures. Are existing risk control sufficient? Control must provide the best protection for majority of workforce rather than just the individual. Prioritize additional control measures for serious uncontrolled risk, routine tasks where incident could easily reoccur. So this we have to do the risk control measures. Consider legal implication of risk control, including consequence of not making suggestion, any other standard that organization follow, example, sector-specific guidance, any standard created by organization, and action plan should be created with realistic time scale for implementation. So we need to have action plan. Okay, then the most effective risk controls are those that create a safe or safe place of work rather than relying on safe people. So we have seen in NEBOSH, the how to eliminating the hazard. Same thing we are doing here: elimination, substitution, engineering control. Then we have warning or administrative control, and last is personal protective equipment. Hierarchy of control. How you are controlling those risks by using that the hierarchy of system: elimination, substitution, engineering control. Then we have administrative control, can be permits, signages, and all those. The personal protective equipment, PP, safety helmet, safety gloves, goggles, safety shoes. Elimination means completely remove it. Okay, we can't remove all the hazard, but the major hazard which has a significant impact. Yeah. Substitution is replacing it with less dangerous. If you have dangerous chemical, can be replaced with the less dangerous or substitute with less. Engineering control is using engineering way to control the hazard, like guard near the cutting machine. That can be engineering control. Clear? I think this you have already learned, right? Everybody has done NEBOSH, right? So is this clear?
Yes, sir. Clear.
So the risk control measures, the most effective controls are those that create a safe or safe place of work rather than relying on safe people. So obviously safe people, you have given them the PP, but wearing them is a big headache. Sometimes people will remove the PP and that time something will fall. Risk control measures. If organization has similar incident, following should be considered. Where the prior incident investigation truly, what additional risk control measures were put in place? why it has been allowed to happen again. Example, why did the existing or additional risk control measure fail? Group discussion. Before we look at the action plan in detail, what sort of thing would you expect an action plan to consider? Note down some idea and check whether you were right at tutor goes to this section. So action plan basically is that course of things you are going to do for that the non-conformity or for that root cause, what you are going to do and what is the time scale. We have one assignment for this one. We'll discuss it later. Okay. So basically last is the action plan. Action plan. Okay, we will discuss. So normally in action plan, what are the things are expected? Can anybody tell me? Just very good. Okay. And what are the headings will be there in that form in action plan? What things will be there in your action plan?
Observations are
What we are going to do and
Very
when
good.
we are going to do.
Very good. So your observation will be there, what you are going to do and when we are going, and who is responsible for that one. Because we have to give someone the accountability, right?
and time scale, sir.
Yes, and obviously the time scale. Yeah. Okay, so the action plan should identify risk control measures to deal with all immediate underlying and root cause, whether the human error is a factor, action to reduce the chance of reoccurrence, identification of smart objectives, a realistic time scale, person responsible, risk assessment procedure for review, all those things will be covered. Organization will need to ask, are there any trends that require further investigation? So if there is hand injury occurring to your steel fixer, so your analysis where is the hand loss, why they are not wearing it, why the hand injuries are coming. So these are the trends, and then they make a analysis of it. What did the incident cost? How are these findings and control going to be communicated to interested parties and stakeholders? How are the action going to be tracked and close out? So these are the action plans. Post-investigation action, finding out investigation must be communicated. Understand what lesson can be learned from the incident. Additional control implemented or analyzed to determine their effectiveness. Witness and casualties are supported through any trauma they may have experienced. So these are called the post-investigation action. Finding out investigation must be communicated. So always investigation should be communicated. So always incident report should be forwarded to the operation team also. Understand what lesson can be learned. So we have to make one lesson learned also of that incident and circulate among the safety groups. Additional control implemented or analyzed to determine the effectiveness. Witness and casualties are supported through any trauma they may have experienced. Okay, we have finished till here. We will take the lunch break now. And at 1 o'clock, we will meet again for the last session for our course. Okay. So we'll take a break now and 1 o'clock we will meet. Okay. Just you have to just coordinate with our admin. Kim is there in our admin or IC is there. Just call them and ask, tell this is the problem. How I can fix it? That's it. Simple. So maybe on Monday you can do that thing. Okay. Monday. ICE or Kim, anybody you can just message them, call them and ask, this is the problem. This is my student number. So this is the problem. How I can fix it. That's it. Okay, I will put it now here. Anyways, you have to submit your report. So you can submit your report. You can send, I will send the ICE Kim's number. 1 minute. Kim. One minute, I'm typing in the number. To them, talk to them. Talk to them. To the admin. Okay, I given the number, and also once you have submitted your report, you can send to her also. So everybody takes the number. Her name is Kim. Kim. Okay, done. I've sent the details. Okay. So everybody take the note of it, because in the next session we have a small topic and then I will explain you how to do your assignment. So you will need this lady's number also afterwards. Okay. So let us go to the lunch break now, and 1 o'clock we will meet. Okay. Thank you. I will type also here.
Thank you.
Okay, no problem. The interviews. So that technique is called peace model. Peace model. So I will explain you what is peace model. And based on peace model, we have one exercise which you have to submit. So once we are coming to this section, I will tell you to take notes of it or take photos of that section, so that when you're doing the exercise, you have something to refer. Yeah. Okay, now we will go in detail now. Reason for carrying out prompt interview. Why we have to do the interview? Witness may forget things if not interviewed quickly. Brain can alter memories, especially after trauma. If witness have an opportunity to discuss the incident among themselves, their memories may be altered by other people's opinion. So these are the things which can happen, you know. So what we need to do now? 1 minute, please. So these are the benefit of okay, so these are the reason for benefit for the interview. So witness may forget things if not interviewed quickly. Brain can alter memories, especially after trauma. If witness have an opportunity to discuss the incident among themselves, their memories may alter by other people's opinion. So these are the benefits basically of the interview. Then what is a technique? What is a technique we do interview? So interview we are doing by technique called peace method of interview. So what is a peace method? Planning and preparation. Please take a photo of it if you want to take a photo of this, because you will need to do this exercise. Okay. So it is better you take this screenshot or photos of this one. Peace method of interview. So P stands for planning and preparation. P. E stand for engage and explain. A stand for account clarification and challenge. C stand for closure, and E stand for evaluation. So planning and preparation, engage, explain and explain, account clarification and challenge, closure and evaluation. So this is called the peace method of interviewing. Peace method for interviewing, planning and preparation, engage and explain, account clarification and challenge, closure, evaluation. Okay, evaluation, closure and evaluation. So these are the techniques. Now let us go one by one how we can understand these steps. Planning is what? Planning and preparation is what? Interview one person at a time. First point, interview one person at a time. Use a script to help the interview flow better. So you need to have a pad, a checklist, whatever you need to ask questions. So this is called preparation. Other may require to present example, trade union, workers' body representation, translator, buddy, human resource representative, and solicitor, lawyer, who may be representing the employer or the interview. So the first thing, it should be one person at a time and using a document, either checklist or something. Or some people may be there during the interview, maybe trade union, translators, human resource. 1 minute, please. Okay, planning and preparation, I told you. So next step is engaging and explain. What is engaging and explain? Kindly take a photo of this one, please, because then you will not be able to do the exercise. So you should know what is planning and preparation. Is it okay? I will shift the slide now. Hello, guys.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's okay. We did.
Okay, now planning and preparation, getting the location right is important. Somewhere quiet without distraction or interruption, on-site or off-site interviews. Allow sufficient time for interview to be concluded truly, however long that may takes. Prepare an interview plan based on facts that needs to be established. That is aim and procedure for interview. Establish a timeline to plot the sequence of event during the interview. So this is what you need to do for planning and preparation. Okay. I will shift the screen. Is it okay now? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, can you think of any benefit or limitation to conducting interview on site? What can be the benefit or limitations? So if you do in the work area, obviously you will know what are the things to be told. Limitations can be, if there is a fatal incident, then it will give, he will go in a trauma or something. Maybe that can be a limitations, or he can give a. Any other points you have? Benefits in doing the interview at on-site, at the location where there is a incident. What can be the benefit
Yes,
and
sir.
limitation?
We can collect the factual informations
Very
regarding the
good.
incident.
Okay. And what can be the limitations?
And limitation is that maybe due to the accident, we can't handle the situation, and we can forget any important information during this incident. So this is the very limitation.
Once are accessing that scene of accident, transportation can be an issue.
Okay.
People might be in some sort of trauma because of that incident or accident. Then interviewing them might be a bit challenging, and people, for the fear of some serious repercussion or consequences, may not open up about what
Very
they have
good.
witnessed.
So they will be uncomfortable because people can see who is going and who is talking. Very good.
Yes.
Great. Okay. Okay, then we are talking about planning and preparation. There are benefit and limitation to holding interview on site. Incident site can be visited during interview to clarify the position. Interviews will be familiar with the site. It feels less formal, so may make interview feel more comfortable. Interruption during interview due to proximity. Post-traumatic stress for interview after witnessing an incident in vicinity of interview room. So this can be one of the things, yeah. Interruption during interview due to proximity. Post-traumatic stress for interview after witnessing an incident in vicinity of the interview room. So these are the negative things. Engage and explain. This is also very important. Engage and explain. Establish with interview. Aim and objective of the interview. Any individual needs they may have. Rapport building. So you need to have a rapport building with the person you are taking the interview so that he is not pressurized. Kindly take a note of it. What is engage? Engage and explain. I will shift the screen now. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Engage and explain, use open question to gather the initial information. Never use leading question or prompt any answer from the interview. Do not ask lot of question at same time. Close targeted question can be used after initial information gathering to establish specific facts. Avoid use of jargons. Jargons means like big words which can cause them confusion. Ensure the initial rapport establishes continue throughout the interview. So make a good rapport. Okay. Don't jump for a blame culture. Don't come in conclusion. Okay. So that will make that person to go in shell and he will not freely talk. Active listening. Speak less and listen more. You know, you can see in the top management, they will speak less and they will listen more. They will ask you and they will get the information. So in the interview also, you have to speak less and listen more. One of the important tools that interview can have, active listening is not same as hearing. Hearing is about being aware of sound. Listening means analyzing what he told and what is the meaning, analyzing the thing. Listening requires action. You need to concentrate so that you process and understand the meaning of message and can respond accordingly. So this is very, very important. You have to understand what he's saying, yeah, and process it. So active listening is hearing, attending, understanding, and remembering. This is what is active listening. So we're talking about hearing, attending, understanding, and remembering. Please take a note of this one, please. Okay, then we are coming to account, clarification, and challenge, what it means. The interviewer must decide if there are areas or further exploration or investigation. Any inconsistency in evidence gathered, this must be clarified with the interviewer and challenge any contradiction from the interview based on the information already supplied or other evidence gathered. So this is very important. Then the closure. What is closure? Okay, I hope you took this detail. Okay, what is the account and clarification and challenge? Okay, then we have closure. Information must be summarized using the interview's own words. The information obtained should be documented. Very important, whatever they are documented. It is an official statement is produced. This must be signed by the interview. The next step should be explained to each interview before leaving the interview room. The contact detail for the interview should be taken at this time. So these are the things which should be there in the closure. Then evaluation. This stage, the interview should review their initial aim and objective to determine whether they were met. This involves evaluating the information received during the interview and the relevance of its incident and investigation, comparing this with other evidence and identifying further points to be clarified or missing piece of information, and reviewing their own performance to ensure they met PEACE criteria for the most effective interview and how this could be improved upon if necessary. So this is the last stage, evaluation. Okay. Barriers to good interview. I hope you have taken these details, right? Okay. Barrier to good interview. Leading or inappropriately used closed question language might make communication process difficult. Poor communication skill from either party. Not actively listening could cause tension between parties. Witness may be in shock and may not think rationally. May have heard rumors or formed opinion based on hearsay. Witness may be reluctant or unwilling because they may be too scared or repercussion to be honest. Worried they may implicate themselves. So this is the barrier for good interview. Blame culture. This is very important. We have to avoid ourselves in blame culture during the interview. Blame culture is a default culture due for human being. Always there are in offices, we see there should be a scapegoat where we'll blame and we'll excuse. Yeah, there is always there, you know, in every company we can see there is always a blame culture. Because of him, that happened. Because of him, that we didn't achieve. So there is someone who is to be made scapegoat. Seek to attribute blame to an individual or group of people. An easy way to show justice has been done is less complex, time-consuming than carrying out a full investigation and implementing additional controls. People are less likely to be open, honest if they feel they are likely to be held accountable. So this is called the blame culture. But obviously you have to make them accountable, but doesn't mean blame, So that thing we have to say in some other way. So group discussion, what sort of pressure do you feel that an investigator will need to deal with if they operate in an organization with blame culture? So what do you feel? What can happen? Yes, because the way you will ask the question and way the organization is operate, they will first think how I will tell less information as possible so that I am not involved in any controversy, right or wrong. So they will give very, very less information. They will not tell the factual thing. You saw that accident investigation video also, right? In that guy was telling, I will not share you the detail because maybe the other person will have a problem, right? This will come in. Yeah. So these are the pressures obviously will be there. So it depends upon the interview, how he is going to handle these people. So normally what I do during the interview, I just make the people comfortable. I will tell our objective is not to blame others, only to find out the factual reason so that this will not be repeated again in our side. So we have to say something which will comfort the interviewers, yeah, and he will not become a scapegoat. Okay, now we are talking about some other things like what is bias? What do you mean by bias? Anybody? What do you mean by bias?
So we are supporting one person, supporting the other person.
Yeah, like for example, you are taking an interview and you know that that person who is coming for the interview is from your own district or from own place. And there are other candidates also. Do you think there can be bias? Maybe if you are connected with that person, if you are his friend. So during the interview, maybe because of that relationship, maybe he's not qualified or he's not competent. Still, you approve him for their jobs. It happens, right? You
Yeah,
feel
you are partial.
yeah. Other way around also can happen. Other way around also happen. Like for example, he's good, and somewhere down people will think bias about him also. Both can happen. He can be biased to other, and other people can think a bias about him also, that he is in that is why he's doing. So this can be in both the angles basically. Yes. So bias is something referred to as a strong inclination. It is important that internal investigations. So normally what we do, normally we have 360, like for evaluation also, when we are doing evaluation for a candidate. Normally in the multinational company, we are doing 360 degrees evaluation. Not only the line manager, reporting manager, but it is done by some other managers also from other department. So 360-degree evaluation is done, and then only final conclusion for the increment goes in like multinational companies. So not only the group manager, but also the 360-degree evaluation happens. And then finally, the HR will decide what to be done because it is been transparent like this. Okay, so bias is something referred as a strong inclination. It is important that internal investigations are not affected by bias. Bias can affect the outcome of investigation. So this is, yeah, what we discuss now. Yeah. Okay, what is cherry picking bias? Anybody has an idea? Cherry picking bias. What do you mean by cherry picking bias? In our school days, once our teacher has an opinion about any student, anything happens in the class, what will happen to the teacher?
He directly moved to the one, whom he
Very
already
good.
had kind of opinion about.
So without seeing any evidence, the teacher will directly go and catch and will give the punishment without having a concrete evidence also, because the teacher has made a judgment on that guy that he is like this only. So that is called cherry picking bias, where you have a pre-notion view about that person, and however you get a solid information also, solid conclusion also, you are trying to you don't try to take that consideration. That is called cherry picking bias. So cherry picking bias is a type of confirmation bias where a person will overlook sometimes vital element and focus only on element that confirms the notion that they already believe to be correct. So whatever there is subconscious mind is believing about that person, he will do that thing. Irrespective if he has a good evidence also that was not there. That is called a cherry picking bias. I hope you understood this one, right? Hello, everybody. Okay. So cherry picking bias is a type of confirmation bias. The focus will be only on the element that confirms the notion that we already believe to be correct. So whatever I have believed to be correct, I will follow that. This type of bias can be very detrimental to an effective investigation. So people who is there in the investigation, if you have prior view about that person, he can be fair during the investigation. So this assumption must be challenged by the investigation team. Yeah. Then what we are talking about. Then we have self-serving bias. Now, self-serving bias, whatever happens is because of my talent. This project came to company because I had a very negotiation skills and I was very professional during the meeting. Client got impressed and he gave the project to the company. Whatever good is happening because of my talent. That is self-serving bias. Now, opposite can also happen. We didn't get the project. Reason was the client was too much stingy. He was asking too much questions and he was not friendly. The office was so hot, AC was not working. So giving blame to others. You understood now? Self-serving bias. If everything happens good, it is because of me. If everything is bad happening, it's because of the external environment. It is not because of me. That is called the self-serving bias. Clear? Hello?
Yes, sir. Clear.
So self-serving bias is a cognitive base that protects self-esteem. Individual attribute failure to outside condition. Interview, I went to the interview. I qualified for the interview because I was talented. I have all the certificate. I was competent. I was experienced and I was everything. Interview got failed because the interview was asking too much tricky question. He was not friendly. He was asking out of the questions. So external environment, blaming on that. So this can be counterproductive in investigation. Effective investigation will look at organization first before considering any other external factor. So that is called the self-serving bias. Group discussion. What behavior might be witnessed displayed during an interview that could be self-serving bias? Can anybody tell me this one? Yes. Anybody? What behavior might have witnessed?
Yes, I witness only blaming other workers. That is because of this. I'm not actually involved in that accident. It was because of this concept.
Yes, yes. If I was there, this would have not happened. If I were there, I would have controlled the situation. If I was there, I would have proactively done. Means I. If I remove I, because of them, this happened, So self-serving bias is something related to me. Only because of my qualities, everything is achieving. And if I'm unsuccessful, it is because of the external factor. Clear? This is clear? Fellas? Understood?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Clear.
Okay. Okay. Now we'll move to the other one. Okay. Now one more concept is that, which we are calling as a fundamental attribution error. What do you mean by that? So fundamental attribution error is also known as correspondence bias or attribution effect. What it means? This focus is solely on personal characteristic, internal attributes, as opposed to the situational, external circumstances that may have influenced a behavioral choice. Now you saw you are moving in a traffic, and you saw one driver rashly driving the car. He's taking a very fast turn and is going here and there. What will be your fundamental attribution error? What you will think? What you will think?
The driver is impulsive or, you know,
Okay,
he's
and
always in a hurry.
very good. He's always in a hurry and doesn't follow the safety rules regulation, right? That will come to your mind, right or wrong?
Yes, yes.
But if I told he's carrying someone inside his vehicle for some emergency in the hospital, now what has happened? Situation was something different. Situation was that there is
Yeah,
a
so
some
that would be external circumstances.
yes, yes, as opposed to situation excess circumstances, means that guy is doing like this because he wants to take his family member who has gotten a serious medical condition to the emergency. But while seeing his personal characteristic, we have already made a judgment because he is not safety, blah, 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 like this. You understood, right? What I'm saying. So this is the best example for fundamental attribution error. Okay. You assume something. You assume that a driver who cut you off is a reckless and aggressive person. You might attribute their behavior to their personality trait, which is internal factor. Personality trait is an internal factor, such as being inconsiderate or carelessness. You might not consider that they might be rushing to the hospital to an emergency, which is an external factor, which could explain the behavior. Clear? This is also clear. I explained you now this one with example. Now this is clear, right? Okay. Okay, now group discussion. Can you think about 5 more example of fundamental attribution error? Can you think about any other example? Anybody? Mm-hmm. Mm. 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 Very good. Okay. Okay. Okay, great. Okay. So in first image, you will think that he is like a murderer or he has a bad character. He wants to kill and very good. Good. This can be taken. Any other person? Please involve yourself. Anybody else wants to give one example, please? Okay. I hope you understood the concept. So if you understood the concept, Kalas. Okay. See, now this is assessment. I will show you later. Let me finish one more section. So that will finish our section. And then we will come back to this. Okay. Now, see, this section is only, I just want to tell you what are the different types of accident investigation. Only you need to know the different types. You don't need to go in total deep insight because that is not in your syllabus. That comes in the diploma level. So, what are the advanced incident investigation technique? So, first is fault tree analysis. So, fault tree analysis is a one technique. So fault tree analysis is a method used to analyze the cause of specific undesired event or failure. It starts with an undesired event, which is top event, and breaks down into various contributing cause and failure that could lead to the event. Fault tree analysis using logic, gates such as and OR gates to model the relationship between the event and their causes. Okay. And it is commonly used in engineering and safety assessment to understand how the failure can occur within a system to identify the critical failure. So basically it is fault tree analysis is used in engineering and safety assessment, how it will fail, what is the weakest point. So that where we are using fault tree analysis, but we don't have to go in a detail. I'm just explaining you in a little word. So the first advanced method for accident investigation is fault tree analysis. Second is we are talking about event tree analysis. Event tree analysis. So and last but not the least, we have the fishbone diagram analysis. So these are the three techniques which we are using for advanced accident investigation. So only you need to know the name of it, not in detail. So the fault tree analysis, event tree analysis, and fishbone diagram. So this is, if you want to see, we did one fishbone analysis for one of the projects. I can show you that one to make you a little bit, if you are interested, I will show you one of the fishbone analysis we did for one of our accident investigation. 1 minute, I will open this one. Okay, so this is, one fishbone analysis we did for a roundabout actually. So this was one of the roundabouts in Russell Kema where there was lot of accidents were happening. So we did a fishbone analysis to understand what will be the different causes of accident. So either it was a design infrastructure, which can be design flow, poor maintenance, inadequate signage, driver behavior like under the influence of alcohol, drugs, speeding, aggressive driving, inexperience, unlicensed, pedestrian behavior like jaywalking, crossing unsafe location, disregarding traffic signs, lack of awareness about roundabout rules, safety measures, no consideration for pedestrian, absence of speed reducing feature like speed bumps, faded fumble strips, inadequate enforcement of traffic. Okay, sorry. Now you can see. So this is a one fishbone analysis we did. This is not in the syllabus. I'm just explaining you for your only for your knowledge. So this we did for one of the roundabouts actually in Russell Kema. So the authorities asked us to do the fishbone analysis for the roundabout. What are the different causes of accidents which is resulting in this one? So we took about all the factors: infrastructures, drivers' behavior, pedestrian behavior, safety measures, vehicle related factors, and environmental conditions. So all these factors we made it round, and then we did the analysis which can cause the accident. It looks like a shape of a fish, the skeleton of a fish. That is why it is called the fishbone analysis. Okay. I think this information is enough, I think. Huh? Okay. So this finishes our syllabus actually. This is what we our syllabus finished. Now, what is for the assignment? What is the thing you have to do for the assignment? Now, I think Kim has sent you the mail. In that mail, I will share with you 1 minute. If you go to the mail, you will get a pack. In that pack, 1 minute, I will open this one pack, please. Yeah. What are the forms you have to fill it? Okay, so there are a little bit of forms. So we will go one by one. What are the forms? This is not the.
Sir, we cannot see the screen, sir. I guess.
1 minute, 1 minute. I'm just freshening up. 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute. Okay. This is the action plan. Okay, first, see, you can see one picture here, action plan.
No, sir.
Okay. Show the action plan. You can see the action plan.
Yes, sir. No clear.
So action plan, you write your name. 1 minute. You have received by mail. Yesterday, he sent you mail.
Sir, I received already this one. I received
Yeah,
two.
you will receive because everybody has sent. Okay. If anybody didn't send, just message her. She will send you again. Okay. So in that you have some couple of forms which you need to do. Now this is action plan. What is action plan? See, there is a video. In video, there was an accident and they do the interviews and they discuss about the how the accident happened. So what you have to do, you have to prepare an action plan based on that accident, and we have some photos also of that accident. So what was the root cause, what action you will take, by whom, and priority, whether scale is 1 to immediate, 1 month or short month, Okay, before that, so this is one form which is called action plan. I will explain again also. Action plan, basically, when we see the video of that accident, what resulted in an accident, immediate, root cause, underlining cause, we will write down and we will put the action plan for that, how we can stop that is what is the action. This is one form you will complete. Second, everybody saw this one form? Understood? Hello, yes or no?
Yes, sir. The student number.
Student number, you forget about the student number. You just write the name and send to the girls. They will fill your student number. Okay?
Okay, sir.
The admin will fill your student
Sir, I
number.
haven't.
If anybody didn't receive this form, they can request.
Excuse me, sir. I haven't. I just checked my email.
Okay.
It's not there.
So if you're, listen to me, if you're not received, you can talk to Kim and she will forward to you. Monday she is coming after the weekend holidays, and you can message her. Already the number I have shared you in WhatsApp group, in this Zoom group. So you can take the number, message her, she will send it. Okay. Clear?
It may be not open in the smartphone. I think it's open in laptop. I just checked.
Yeah. Because she told me she
Maybe
has sent. Okay. Okay, let us one thing. We can call someone and we can get it. That's not a big problem. But let us understand what we need to do now. Okay. And if you have any problem also, you can call us and they will solve the problem. Forms, you will get it. Okay. So this action plan, you have to fill. This is one document you have to submit. There is other document also. Second is NEBOSH HSE Introduction to Accident Investigation. So this is a declaration that you have not copied. So this form also you have to submit. Okay. NEBOSH HSE Introduction to Incident Investigation. Name, signature, date. Student undertaking e-distance learning. You have complete this declaration form. However, they must confirm the assessment is their own. So they are declaring that their assessment is their own. Okay. So that they will write and they will sign and send to the lady. Understood? This is clear? Everybody?
yes, sir. The signature we can know electronically or need to print the.
You can print and signature it. No, what's the issue? Take this print and sign it and send in the scanned document.
Okay.
Better you
Okay.
sign it because it will look that student has done it. Huh? Electronics also you can do it, but check with the admin whether you can do like this. Ask him if it is okay.
Okay,
Okay.
sir. Thank you.
It's a one page only. No, what's the problem? You take one sign and finish it. Kalas. Okay. So just you put name, signature, date, and send to this person. So this is the second form you are going to do. Declaration, you will do it. Okay. And okay, 1 minute. Where it went. Okay, now you can see in the screen.
With
Interview assessment form, student name, student number, video reference, whether the video is 1, 2, 3. So you will see this piece model, observation on interview, good practice, poor practice, you will write down in video number 1. So there are 3 videos. So 3 videos, they are using the piece model for taking the interviews. Okay. So you will write down video number 1. What was the good practice for planning and preparation? Then engage and
3
explain.
videos or 3 interviews in one video?
No. There are 3 videos in that. I will show you the video now, 1 minute. But I'm explaining you. So for one video, one form you will use, complete. Piece model, you will type it. For second video, you will take the same form, you will fill the for second video. And for third video, you will take the same form and fill it. So 3 forms, for 3 videos, 3 forms we have to use for this interview assessment form. Understood?
But we receive only one video, not 3 videos.
I will show you, no, brother. I will run now. First, you understand what I'm telling. What I'm telling you, there are 3 videos. I will show you. I will run that 3 videos. So in first videos, you will write first year, second, third in the second printout, second copy. So 3 print copies you will take for video number 1, video number 2, and video number 3. You will fill the piece model. So whatever good practice or bad practice, you will fill this one. Okay. So total, how many forms you will submit? So these are the 3 forms for the videos, 1 form for the action plan, and 1 for the for that you have not copied and you are submitted your assignment signature. So total 3, 4, 5 documents you need to submit. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Is
The
it clear?
Twitter feedback. These
Ah,
options.
Twitter
We need
feedback.
to be.
Tutor feedback, no, that is your, so this is one form. Okay, this is clear. This form is clear. What you need to do. This is
Yes,
clear.
sir. Clear.
Okay. So this clear, everybody knows interview assessment. There is a video. 3 videos are there. Video 1, video 2, video 3. So this is done. Class. Okay. And what is the other form I showed you?
Sir, I missed this because of my internet. It is quite troublesome, you know.
I'm just explaining it again.
Okay, sir.
Now you can see the action plan. This is the action plan for that accident which has happened. So you will make the action plan based on the photograph also. So we have a photograph given to you also. So you can see the area where the accident happened. I will show you the photograph. So you can see the sequence of event happening. So you have boxes on the, you can see this one now?
No, sir, not.
Okay, 1 minute. Okay, now you can see this one.
Yes, sir. Now clear.
So this is the area of the accident where the person fall while lifting the box on the cupboard, basically. So you can see the boxes stored on top of cabin, file that is dropped. So while lifting, he went on the chair, and as a result, he slipped and he got accident. So that is the scenario what is happened. So this is exact location where the cupboard is there, box, how the box got fall, the chair used for lifting it, for going on the top of this one. Photograph, after photograph, how it is there. So based on that, you will make the action plan, how we can avoid this thing. Is this clear? Doubt have? Any doubts? So this is the area where actually accident happened, and this is a photograph, exactly what has happened. So judging by the photograph, you will understand what has happened, and then you will prepare you will see the immediate underlining and root cause, and then action plan you will prepare so that it will not repeated. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now we will see the 3 videos we will see, and let's go to the video. So you understood the forms, right? So I explained you the action plan forms. Okay, then I told you about the this is the thing. NEBOSH HSE Introduction to Accident Investigation Declaration. So here only you will write name, signature, date. That's it. Other things will be done by the tutor. So you don't need to fill anything. Only the three things where they have asked for your name, signature, stating that this has been done by you only and you are not copied. एक मिनट में इसको थोड़ा सा Okay, now you can see in the screen NEBOSH HSE Introduction to Incident Investigation, Declaration and Qualification. Clear ho gaya? This second form. And third, everybody is clear now? 100%, no doubt? Okay, now we are going to the last form, which okay, interview assessment. This is the last form. So in this interview assessment, we are doing the assessment for 3 videos. So for 1 video, 1 form we will use. So total 3 forms we will complete for this one. So 3 this and 2 other ones. So total 5 documents you need to submit. Now it is clear, everybody? Hello?
Yes, sir. Clear, sir.
हाँ तो confused ना हो जाओ, ठीक है? Okay, now we will see the video. What is the video we are talking about? Okay, so
Sorry, I didn't understand. It's 5.
what you didn't understand?
There are only 3 forms, right, sir, here?
Now, just now I showed you how many forms? 3 forms I showed. Yes, 3 forms are there. Out of 1 form, we have to use 3 times for 3 different videos. So total it will be 5. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
If
Sir,
you
regarding interview,
Yeah.
what is connected?
What is it? Brothers, 1 form is action plan. Clear? 1 is the action plan.
Yes, yes.
Second is the interview assessment form. So we have to assess 3 videos. So 3 forms will come. So 3 plus 1, 4, and 1 is your assessment that you have done the report yourself and not copied. So total 5 forms. That's it. Clear? Now it is clear. So interview assessment form is 1, but since it is 3 videos we are showing, so we are doing the 3 videos for the piece model. Let us see this video. You will get clear now. 1 minute. One minute. Let me show you the video, please. Okay, let us see this video now. Okay, can you see the video now? It is running now.
Yes, sir.
Okay, just see the video.
Is everything all right?
Matthew's fallen off his chair and he's sprained his ankle.
Is he badly hurt?
No, but it's not the first time this has happened. HR says that he hasn't done the manual handling training. Probably an oversight their end. I'll need to carry out a minimal investigation, see why this keeps happening. Are you free to attend interviews and make notes?
Not had any proper training, but I've seen plenty of cop shows.
It's just common sense, to be honest with you. Are you able to book a training room for an hour this afternoon?
Yeah, no problem.
I'll get cracking with this timeline to take in with us. This is just a checklist, Paul, so we can tick things off as we go. Let me know if I forget anything.
Great, yeah. Everything's in order. You know, I'm actually looking forward to this. Apparently Matthew's been moaning about Susie taking advantage of his good nature, but I know Susie isn't like that.
Just think about your line of questioning, Paul,
yeah,
okay?
yeah.
We're not here to make assumptions or to fight corners or listen to gossip. It's just to gather the evidence, okay?
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, of course.
You are able
Try
to
to remain
listen,
unbiased.
hear it properly, guys.
How you doing, Matthew?
Yes, sir, clear.
Just a sprained ankle.
Interview
Oh,
one.
I'm glad it's nothing serious.
Now, see this
Come on
video
in.
Interview one. How they're taking.
Firstly, Matt, HR are going to arrange for some manual handling training for you, okay?
Oh, terrific. Thanks, David. I didn't even think of that.
Great. So we're just here to get the facts about the incident. I've got a checklist here. Ooh. Sorry, guys. It's the MD. Looks like he needs me in a board meeting. I'm so sorry.
I don't mind doing it if Matthew's all right with it.
Okay. Look, I'm really sorry, Matthew. Thanks. Thanks so much, Paul.
Don't need that. Okay, Matthew, could you tell me what happened earlier today, before, during and after the incident?
Well, Susie asked me to get a box down from the top of the filing cabinet, which I did. I'm always happy to help. And then about 15 minutes later, she asked me to put it back up again. And, well, I was quite annoyed.
Why were you so enraged?
Enraged?
Well, you said you were annoyed.
Well, yeah, I said I was annoyed. I didn't say I was enraged. Look, I've got targets to meet. I can't get any work done if I'm shifting things around for her all day.
What else did she say?
She basically told me to get on with it.
So there's some animosity between you and Susie. Sounds as though you don't really like or respect her.
I don't see what that has to do with anything. And besides, for the record, I get on really well with Susie.
Right, okay, so you're suggesting that Susie told you to stand on the chair?
Well, no, I'm not suggesting that. I just said that I was busy.
And what did she say?
Well, she told me to get on with it. Look, I know she has a back injury, right? But I have a job to do.
I find it strange that Susie told you to stand on a chair. I don't hear her saying that in my head.
I never said that. Why do you keep saying that?
You've worked here long enough, Matt. You should have challenged Susie and used the ladder. So you don't care about your health, no?
Yes, but I'm doing all Susie's jobs, Paul, and I'm missing my target.
Right, okay. It's fine, just calm down. So you're saying that Susie told you not to use the ladder?
Yes.
And what happened when you stood on the chair?
Well, I fell and hurt my ankle.
Could you elaborate?
Well, no. Look, I've got work to do. I've told you what happened, Paul, and you're trying to pin the whole blame on me.
I'm not.
So he has finished 1 minute. He has finished one interview. You saw interview 1. Similarly, interview 2 will happen and interview 3 will happen. So you have to check the piece method to evaluate how the interview 1 was done. Similarly, you have to evaluate interview 2 by using the piece method. Similarly, you will do for the interview 3. And then you will understand which interview was best out of 1, 2, 3. Clear? Okay, so now let us go to the, and this video is also there in your mail ID. So you can also check these 3 videos again and again, and you can fill the piece forms, 3 forms. So that will complete your assignment. Understood? So this video is also there in your mail ID. Let us go to the second video.
Thanks for this, Caroline. I know how busy you are.
Oh, it's no problem.
Come on in. Are you okay after witnessing that incident earlier? Never nice to see that, is it?
No, I'm okay though, thank you. I sort of expected it to happen.
Paul's here to make notes for the report. Is that okay?
Yeah, of course.
Can I get you anything before we start? Tea, coffee?
No, thank you, I'm fine.
There's a pen and paper down there if you just need to make some notes. Okay, so we'll start with the events leading up to the incident. What time did it happen?
I checked my log sheets and I had finished a call at 10:52, so it was no more than 10 minutes after that.
Excellent. And what happened?
I finished my call and Matthew shouted me over. He was stood on his office chair and he was asking me to pass him a box which he wanted to put on top of the filing cabinet. I said he should probably get a stepladder and not store anything else on top of the cabinet. But he said he'd done it loads of times. Hundreds of times is what he said, actually. Famous last words.
So you warned him about standing on the chair and also storing at height.
Yes.
Paul.
It's Matthew.
Paul, we're in the middle of an interview here. Come on.
Sorry, David.
Sorry, Caroline. You were saying?
I just told him to get the stepladder. He was muttering something about Susie, I think. From what I gather, he's got a bit of a problem with her.
Sounds like there's animosity between Matthew and Susie.
That's not very helpful, Paul. We just need an understanding of the events. But I'll make a note of Matt's reluctance. Carry on, Caroline. You told him it wasn't safe?
Yeah, he asked me to pass the box, so I did, and I went back to my desk. But then I heard him shout, so I turned around, and it looked as though the chair had rolled out from underneath him when he was leaning forward with the box, and that he'd possibly tried to grab onto the filing cabinet, but he'd fallen anyway.
Okay. And how are the surrounding conditions, the lights, the flooring?
Well lit. The floor was carpet tiles, so it was flat and clear.
Okay. Did you do anything else?
I checked to see that he wasn't badly hurt, and then I called the first aider.
Okay, so you called a first aider. Did you examine Matthew in any way?
No. I just asked him if he was okay, and he said he'd hurt his ankle.
Were you aware of anything else?
He was lucky the box didn't hit him when he fell. Oh, and after I called the first aider, I got the stepladder and put the box on top of the filing cabinet just so that it was out of everyone's way. I took some photographs of the box when it fell and just the scene, so if you'd like I can email you those after we've finished.
Thanks, Caroline. Is there anything else you'd like to ask Paul?
I'll just recap the events. So, Matthew asked for your assistance in placing the box on top of the cabinet. After telling Matthew to get a ladder and not store boxes on the cabinets, which you refused to do, he climbed onto his chair. You passed him the box and returned to your desk. You heard him shout and turned around to see the chair rolling out from underneath him. You asked if he'd been hurt, to which he replied he had a sore ankle, so you called the first aider. After that, you fetched the stepladder and put the box back on the cabinet, and you feel there's some tension between Matthew and Susie.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
Paul, please remove that last comment. We've established that the animosity isn't relevant to this investigation.
My apologies, David.
Thanks, Caroline. I think that's all for now. If you've got any more questions, then just get in touch, but check that your contact details are correct on there.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. So once we've done the other interviews, we'll have your statement typed up. Thanks for your time.
That's no problem.
Cheers.
See ya.
See ya.
So, how do you think that went?
Better, but I need to stop with the Matt and Susie animosity thing.
You're learning. Right, let's go and grab a coffee and we'll see how these notes tie in with the evidence.
Yeah, sounds good.
Come on.
Okay, so now you finished the interview 2. Now we will go to the interview 3. So what do you feel interview 1 and 2, which was the best one? Anybody?
The second one, sir, was the best.
Okay, so the second one was the better. And now let us go to the third one.
Hi, Susie. Thanks for coming.
No problem at all.
How are you doing?
I'm okay, thanks. How are you?
Very well. So the purpose of the interview is just to get the facts from you regarding Matthew's fall. We're not here to point any fingers. We just want to know how to stop it happening to somebody else. Paul's here to record what we say for the interview and to clarify any points. We'll type up your statement. This will be sent to you after the interview. And we'll use these statements to compile our incident report. Are you okay with the aims of the process and also with Paul's presence?
That's fine.
Before we start, are you comfortable?
Absolutely.
Right. Could you start by telling me what time the event happened?
Well, I think it had gone noon, and I asked Matthew to put a box of files back on top of the filing cabinet because I'd finished with it.
Are you sure it was noon? Another witness said it might have been around 10:45 a.m.
Oh, do you know, it could have been. It was such a small request, I didn't think much of it.
Could I ask what was in the box?
Just some files.
Were they loose? You know, could they move around suddenly or?
No, they were jammed in. It was well packed.
Can I ask, why didn't you lift the box back up yourself, Susie? From my understanding, it's only 5 or 6 kilograms.
I have an issue with my back, an old sports injury.
And what did you say to Matthew when you asked him to move the box?
Well, I asked him to put it back because I'd finished with it.
And how did he react?
He wasn't very pleased.
Can you remember exactly what you asked him to do?
Well, I definitely asked him to get a stepladder from the stationery cupboard and put the box of files back on top of the filing cabinet. And he said he was busy, and I said, well, we're all busy, and that he should just do it. He still didn't do it, so I asked him again. Maybe I should look at his workload, I don't know. And then, well, I left to go to a meeting.
So you definitely asked him to use a stepladder?
Absolutely.
And how far away are the stepladders kept?
Just down the corridor in the cleaner's cupboard. It's taken a minute to grab them, but I know it's not the most convenient location.
I thought you said that they were kept in the stationery cupboard.
Oh, that's right, sorry.
OK, thanks for the clarification. And do we routinely store things on top of cabinets?
I'm afraid so, yeah. There's just so much old stock lying around.
So you're saying that the reason that we store things at height is that there's old stock taking up too much space?
Yeah, that's right.
Thanks, Susie. Well, I think that's all I need. You got any questions, Paul?
I'll just recap if that's okay. So my understanding is that you asked Matthew for assistance in placing a box on top of the cabinet. You'd instructed him to use a stepladder, but you had to ask him twice as he wasn't happy with the first request. The contents of the box were well packaged together and evenly balanced, and we have to store boxes at height because there's a lack of storage, is that correct?
Yes.
Right.
It's such a shame someone got hurt over such a trivial thing.
Is there anything else you'd like to add, Susie?
No, that's everything.
OK, thanks, Susie. Next, I'm going to email you your statement. Please read through it and sign it, and send it back to me if you're happy with your account. If you disagree with anything, give me a call and then we'll resolve any issues. I'm going to review all this evidence and then I'll write up the report for the management team. I'll send you a copy also. Again, if there's anything that you disagree with, please let me know, OK?
OK, and you've got my contact information.
I have, yes. Thank you.
OK.
Brilliant. Thanks for your time.
OK.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Okay, interview 3 also you have completed. Now, okay, so which was the best one? Very good. So third is the best one. Okay, so what you will do, you will fill that form for 3 different videos. 3 forms, that one action plan and your one document signing that you have done the assignment yourself and not copied. So that makes the 5 documents you have to submit to the admin. Clear? Everybody's clear now what I was talking? And the photograph which I showed you is the area where that accident occurred, and you are analyzing that photo and you are making the action plan. Only that much you have to do. That's it. Okay, clear? Any doubts, any clarification? Anybody has specific
Yes,
doubts?
sir. Duration of the exam, this one, and
There is no
also
exam. There is no exam.
this assessment or time duration.
That admin will tell you maybe 1 week or 2 weeks, whatever. It's not a big assignment. No, if you sit, maybe you can finish it. Yeah, it's not a big assignment. You know how much you have to do? Three you have to do piece assessment and 1 action plan. That's it. No big
Okay.
deal. Maybe if you take 1 week also, you will finish it. If you're doing little also. Yeah. So once you submit
deadline for it, we can
the deadline
submit
that
it
admin will tell you. Ask admin Kim when you have to submit this one. So if she tells you one specific date, then submit before that date. That's it. Now everything you will coordinate with the Kim or ICE for your submission and all those things. Okay. Passing, if you fill all the form, you will pass, brother. There is nothing. Simple form you have to fill all the forms, and that's it. Any other doubts?
Yes, sir. In case if refer this paper, what are the
If
next
you are
step?
told
Again,
again they will tell you to do the correction and send it. That's it. Okay.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Thank
Do it peacefully. No, you will complete it. That's it.
Yeah, it's easy, no problem.
Okay, okay, no problem. Okay.
The class is over now, or we have something
Yeah,
remaining?
class is finished. I'm just asking you any doubts if you have, Class is finished now. Yeah.
Actually,
Clear?
I have had terrible net connection, but it is all
Hmm.
right. I missed,
Okay.
some of the initial parts of the
Noor,
lecture.
I got your message. We will talk later. Okay. That is your
Okay, sir.
separate
Okay,
issues that we will talk it later. Okay. And what about others? Others are clear now? Uh-huh. Okay. Hmm. Petrol pump. See, certain industry, it will go to their management only. So they should have a shaded area, regular water should be there, ventilation should be proper. Like they have mentioned in their regulations that in certain conditions, they can work with proper control measures, with like shaded arrangement, proper water facilities, ventilations, all those things. Like for example, concreting. So if concreting is that we can't stop it. So in that case, the operators, everybody should be provided with certain control measures. In that condition, they can work. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes,
For
sir.
road works. Hmm.
In that regulation, I think you mentioned that outside you cannot work
No,
direct to the
outside.
sunlight.
No, outside also you can work in certain conditions, not all condition. Like if you have started a raft concreting, so raft concreting is 1,000, 5,000, whatever concrete quantity. So it can't be stopped. So in that case, with proper control measures, you can continue working.
Yeah, it's all
And
about control measure. Need to ensure
yes,
that people are safe.
yes. With proper control measures, you can do as per the law, as per the law. Okay. And with certain emergency requirement, you require some emergency work and you have
Sir,
to work.
actually, in our areas here in Afshan, we even they don't allow to stay on site. Even we have all the control mayor, all the facilities, everything, and even they are not allowed us to stay there. And
Stay
they
there for what actually?
at site.
See,
They don't allow to stay at site. They send us to camp.
that is better for you, no?
Yes, sir.
Better for everybody, no? Because lot of companies doesn't send to camp. So that what happens, suppose if your workforce is 3,000, 4,000, and your restroom area is around 3, 4, how you will accommodate so much people? Only few contractors are providing restroom area like 10, 15, but most of the contractors will provide how much? 3, 4 restroom area, which will not be sufficient if the manpower is big. So what they do is during the midday break, they send it to the camp if it is nearby. So that is a good one, no? So non-compliance, everything is removed, no? And worker can go and relax during that midday break and come back again. And if you have a proper control in your system, then it can be implemented, no?
Yes, sir. Okay.
It's something which is good, I think. Like worker is satisfied, he is going and sleeping, taking a rest, coming at 2:30 or 2:45, whatever it is, and then resuming the work. And safety guys are also not bothered that these people will sleep under the villas or under the camps or anything. So they are sleeping at their camp. So less headache is there for us. Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay,
Thank you
sir.
very much. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Bye. Take care.